Or I'm assuming, is everybody ready?
Mhm.
Okay.
Ready. Actually, now I'm ready.
Got the suggestion from WebDM, which is one of the DM guide things that I watch on the regular. And this seemed like a really good way of keeping track of your, like I said, friends and enemies, factions. It may be the Lord's Alliance, it may be the Orcs, it may be the Order of the Ruby Rose, or whomever. I'm not going to tell you who they are. I'm not going to tell you which one's which, but
But we'll
anytime
know.
anytime one of those fills up, something will happen. Whether or not you know it's happened, there may be a news article, or there may be a rumor in the tavern, or it may be very obvious, like I will just say, um, like an orc attack on Waterdeep or something like that. But yeah, the way I am figuring this out is there is a dice roll. And I haven't decided yet how often I'm going to make the dice rolls. Right now it's just going to be, I'm going to wing it. But at the very least, probably every in-game week, and probably more often than that. We'll see. It's just I'm gonna have to figure out what feels right. Yeah, it's probably too slow. I'm a big fan of trying to have the passage of time during the game, and I kind of want to do that somehow. But I'll just tell you, I have a I have a I have a handful of dice here that for each of these. Oh, hey, I just lost one. Anyway, no,
Yeah,
no.
I was like 1, 2, 1, 1.
Uh, so this is gonna lead me to one more thing, and I'm gonna just post this here and read it out. As of this moment, I don't know where you're going or what you'll do. There are a number of factions all working towards their own goals, and I'll be making dice rolls for those factions when it's appropriate. I'll probably show you what those dice rolls look like, but the results, what they mean, will be relayed in game whenever possible. Basically, I'm trying to take my hands off the steering wheel, and I want you guys to decide what to do now. You have friends, you have allies, you have resources all at your disposal, but you guys need to be aware none of your potential enemies will wait. So, I'm going to start you off with that.
Jeebus.
Consider this Kaysen's New Year's resolution. um, so, with that out of the way, does anyone have any questions, comments, or suggestions about that? Or
Nope.
anything else? Okay. We'll see how this works out. I hope this works out. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. So, right. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you which one's which, but say the Lord's Alliance is one, the Harpers are one, and there's more than that, actually. I was trying to figure out how many to put on there, and I was like, well, I need 11. No, I can do 12 is good. And then I'm like, well, I could do as many as like 14, but I was like, no, let's keep it at 12. That's enough. So, but yeah, the Harpers are on there, the Lord's Alliance is on there, among others. So the Orcs are on there. So
Old orcs.
Speaking of orcs, are we gonna retcon them to be all wonderful and educated and upstanding, and then there wasn't actually no attack?
you will have to talk to them yourself.
That was a joke. You're supposed to come back with a joke. It's like somebody just put a cup over Todrin.
It's a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's noticeable.
It's amazing.
All right. So with that, I am going to start the music, and we will get started here. Almost on time, too. After fighting alongside the Black Viper to thwart the Orc attack on the palace, the Uncommon rushed to Blackstaff Tower. They found the City Watch had established a perimeter, but were unable to move in to look for survivors because of a stone golem that was standing atop the ruins and attacking anyone that got too close. The Uncommon chose to return to Tulskull Alley and return in the morning to secure the site. While Bartholomew and Mortimer took the kids home, Todrin took a brief trip to Peaktop Erie, where he spoke to Annabella Branta. Anna told him that her father was slain during the raid by a giant bat, and she was now in charge of the Griffin Cavalry. Back at Trollskull Manor, the staff of the Restless Tavern and many of the regulars were offering food and medical aid to people fleeing the fires in the Field Ward. Floon, Kelso, Danica, and Bryn remained there all night and emptied the tavern's pantries to help those who had just lost everything to the Orc raid. Todrin spoke privately to Esvele Rajnar about her alter ego, the Black Viper. She shared with him a journal that she had been collecting damning evidence of corruption, ongoing devil and demon worship, and murder by some members of Waterdeep's nobility. If the nobility became aware of what Esvele knows, it is very likely that they would try to kill her to keep it a secret. The next morning, the Uncommon returned to the site of where Blackstaff Tower once stood, and due in large part to Bartholomew polymorphing into a giant ape, the Uncommon took down 2 rampaging golems that were guarding the tower so the City Watch can begin their search for survivors, and the detectives, Barnabas and Saith, can begin their investigation. And so I will bring us there. I don't know why the music quit with that. That's weird.
I ain't heard no music yet.
Uh-oh.
Anybody else?
No?
I was
have.
hearing it.
Oh.
Well, for now, I'm just going to start this. So,
Oh, there we go. I heard that.
okay. Sorry about that.
That's my
Anyway.
bad somehow.
So, we are right where you guys left off. Barnabas and Saith have moved in along with members of the City Watch. They've moved in to secure the site now. You guys are still standing atop the rubble. I need to adjust the volume there a little bit for me. When I change the volume for me, does it change it for everybody?
Yes,
Think
and
so?
then we should be able to further adjust it on our end.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize for that.
How dare you?
You're right. So,
So we
And
just
as I
called
discovered,
out. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, as I discovered in a Foundry test a week or so ago, if everyone's logged in as DM or GM, everyone adjusts everyone's volume.
oh no!
Turn it
What
down.
a disaster.
Turn it down. Turn it up.
Yeah, it was
All right.
crazy.
So, basically, that's where we're going to pick it up. What do you guys want to do?
So we just called out and Blackstaff hadn't heard us?
So, with you
Sorry,
guys
I
standing
didn't-
on top of the rubble right now, and you call out, you do not hear any voices coming from beneath the rubble. But for the record, the rubble that you're standing on is almost as tall as the walls that are around where the tower once stood. So you're standing on quite a pile of rubble.
Big
You
ass
can-
pile.
You guys can
Mini
see
mountain.
basically over the wall.
Okay. Does anyone have any way to detect if there's any survivors down in this mess?
Not at the moment.
I would like to bend the rules a little bit.
What's that?
I would like to cast freedom of movement on any kind of rescue team or whatever. Technically, it's one person or a willing creature, but just for kind of roleplay sake, I'd like to just kind of cast it on whoever's actively trying to do that. Basically, what it does is movement's unaffected by difficult terrain.
Sure, I'll allow it.
So I'll just burn a spell slot for that.
Totally, I'll allow it. So yeah, these guys all come in, and soon there are multiple people on the pile, and people start moving rocks and debris, and lifting the these heavy wooden beams and all.
Yeah,
What do you guys want to do? I will say Barnabas and Saith are, frankly, they're old men. They're going to stand back and watch, but this is not their job necessarily. They're here to investigate and to lead that element of this. But the heavy lifting, a lot of the guardsmen are doing.
I don't have any intimidation magics. I don't know if Bart would, but hopefully we can do what we can.
I will pick up a boulder and kind of walk it over towards Barnabas and Saith while the other two are talking.
All right.
And
Do you have anything to say to them?
An hour.
Yeah, I'll just kind of mutter under my breath as I set the boulder down to them. I'll say, Barnabas, have you ever come across anything too big to reveal?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Something a secret people would kill to keep.
Oh,
just
many
yes or no.
times. Yes, many times.
Was it big enough you couldn't tell it? Ever?
He kind of stops to think a moment. Kind of, he's not a dwarf, but he is a very short and kind of stocky man. And he kind of scratches his beard for a minute. And he says, "Nothing comes to mind specifically."
Does he look like he's telling the truth?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Not bad.
So, ask the question one more time. I want to make sure I understand the question before I say what he's saying.
Has he ever come across a secret like what I found in Esvalé's book, basically? Like, if we just came out and told that we knew these things, we would be killed for it.
What?
I understand the question. I'm trying to think of how he would respond to that.
There's a whole lot of scope to that.
I'll say there's a very, very. It's not a sense of dishonesty or anything like that. It's just a sense of, his job is basically uncovering secrets a lot like the ones you're talking about, and
exactly
acting on them. He doesn't seem to be the kind of person that typically hides those kind of secrets.
Yeah, but I mean the what Todd's looking for is the scope here. Like, has he ever found something like the things that Esvalé revealed and was like, oh my god, if that was revealed?
Him personally, probably not.
Doesn't seem like he has. Okay. I kind of give him a significant look, and then I just walk away and start moving more.
Like,
boulders.
Are you trying to tell him something kind of look, or?
Yeah, the significant look, like, maybe I do, but I'm not talking about it now. And then I walk
This
away.
boulder is key.
Yes, and also watch this boulder. Don't let
Makes
this
me
one
feel
go.
like one of those. So I've got a friend who knows a bunch of dirt.
Yeah.
What should I do about that friend?
Yeah, hypothetically speaking.
My friend Rodtrin.
Rodtrin. Camrathra. Anyway, yeah, we'll just continue.
No, that's where you're like, my friend, Splintery Boulder.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So, tell you what. Go ahead and, for you, Toddering, go ahead and roll me an athletics check if you're moving boulders and all.
Okay. And in case
what
it
are-
wasn't clear, I tried to do that, like, without, at the very least, Bert and Mortsy.
Right, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Wow. All right. Yeah,
Bam.
you're having no problem here at all. You're probably one of the strongest people here.
Probably.
And moving these boulders is remarkably easy for you.
Sweet.
And if it weren't for you, this would probably be a much slower progress. So what about you, Bartholomew and Mortimer? What are you two doing? I know, Mortimer, you cast that spell. That's helping a lot too.
My brain, I am stuck on Wheel of Time magic, so I'm like, hold on. Since I have no magic that's going to be useful here, I am going to...
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I don't have any spells that are prepared.
Hmm.
So I'm going to spend some time to cast Detect Magic.
See, there you go. All right.
Well, that's as a ritual, so, you know.
Yeah.
Later,
What are
the entire tower glows.
Go ahead and give me the restrictions on that, because I know it can't go through a certain
It's
amount of stone.
A foot of stone, an inch
Okay.
of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, and 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So you're dealing with a lot of stone here, and so as you're
Yeah.
kind of walking along the surface here, you do get at this time, this early in the process, you do get one sense of magic beneath your feet. Does it tell you what kind of source you're talking about?
I will know. I learned the School of Magic.
Divination.
All right. So I call over to Mortimer, and because it looks like Todrin is moving rocks fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing what he's good for, manual labor. Mort, what are you doing?
Mortimer, do you have any magic or usefulness for digging?
Well, I mean, I have some spells that I know, but I would need to study a little bit more or pray for. I mean, there's speak with the dead. That might come in useful.
Oh
Maybe later.
no! Oh, it's terrible.
I do have one where we could meld into the stone. Maybe we could walk through this a little easier.
How would you feel about being an ape like I just was?
I yes.
You could
Banana's
move a lot
large
of
enough?
rocks.
Oh, I see what you mean. Of course, yes, I'm very strong.
Excellent.
Actually,
So I rub my hands together and they start to glow purple, and I walk at you and I tap you on the shoulders and I cast polymorph on you.
Nice.
All right.
Make shape
Mark,
of
you're so
giant
small.
ape.
All right, Kai, remind me, how do I do this one more time? I just drop the
Drag
thing
it
onto
my
you?
sheet.
Onto your sheet. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, damn.
Him monkey. Him too giant ape. Z giant ape.
All right, and so with that, Mortimer grows to the size of this giant ape, which I imagine is actually a lot bigger than that, but you know,
It's 15,
for the sake of
right?
this, that's fine.
That's the right size then.
Megamort sizes.
Megamort.
So yeah, I will say
I'm
with
gonna-
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll start to clear out around where that detect magic had kind of
Alright.
seemed to be coming
Yeah,
from.
I'll work with him and
So
start pushing towards magic.
you scoop up this just handful of debris and like Todrin's standing there with this one rock as you pull up this massive
So
handful.
At one point, though, wherever Todrin is picking stones up from, I'm going to be moving debris right into where that just
Oh, like I start to make a dent and then this pile of rocks falls down.
It's brilliant.
He's so
Damn it.
small I can't see him. So
So also you've got City watching them. They're like, no, over here, put it over here. They're trying to direct you into a place where they can actually make progress.
I throw a rock at his ass. Just a little fist-sized rock.
When you do dig up that where Bart's talking, you pull up this large handful of this, and Bart, you can sense whatever it is in his hands as he's moving it.
Cool. I'll instruct him to put it down, and I'll start sifting through that rubble.
So what you end up finding is remarkably undamaged despite the fall of the tower. There is a crystal ball that is worth about 1,000 gold pieces. It would be suitable as the material component for a scrying spell.
Interesting.
Any of this
I don't
scrying?
have scrying. I need to get that spell. That'd be
I
super
assume there's
useful
other
right here.
wizards or something around, right?
As of right now, it's mostly City Watch, but there are more people coming in, including mages. You actually see a lot of people coming in that are apparently with the Masons Guild, which this is kind of their forte.
We're gonna crowdsource a scry spell.
I'm gonna start to mention to Barnabas and Saith,
How?
you know,
With
that we
monkey
need
man?
one. Well, that's the thing, is it's actually going to end up looking like I want to eat them.
Bart, I'm going to put this in your inventory.
Okay.
I was like, you two, you need to work with us to find somebody that can look around. But of course, all the measurements are off, so I'm like pointing at them, rubbing my stomach, pointing at my mouth, you know, reaching out for them, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a very, very distinct sense of, what is this okay? Is he all right?
And I'm like, he's fine. Don't mind him. But if one of you two or both of you know of anyone that can cast a scrying spell, it would help us locate Vajra.
Let me check. Barnabas may. No, he is not quite that advanced.
That's a 5th level spell, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of 5th level mages here. I'm gonna make a roll here and we'll see.
Where's all of the rest of Force Grey? Wouldn't anybody come running when the fucking tower fell?
I rolled a natural 20.
Woo!
So it's actually not very long after this that two people come on the scene. Two very important people that arrive with their own guards. It's not necessarily Force Grey, but it's probably better. The Open Lord, Laurel Silverhand, who is a very powerful archmage herself, and Mert, who you guys know is a member of the Harpers and
Right.
like her personal advisor. They both arrive on the scene.
Excellent. I throw a rock at the side of Mort's head.
I will approach Lady Silverhand with that orb. Through our work, I managed to locate this scrying orb. Perhaps this will help us find Lady Safar.
That's a good idea. Thank you. She'll take it and she will begin casting the spell. Give me one moment here while I figure out some of the details, because this actually belongs to her, which means it
Right,
takes
that's why
Yeah.
it reduces the DC.
right. So give me 1 second here. She is. So that's a -4, and she knows the target very well. This is -4, so it's -9 to the save.
Hot diggity.
Okay. So she begins casting the spell, and I had to read the spell for a second, sorry. And you see her start shaking her head, and she just looks to you, Bart, and she says, "I'm not getting anything." She kind of hands the crystal ball back to you.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Lady Silverhand, but doesn't scrying still work on dead bodies?
My reading of the spell just now was creatures and locations, a dead body is technically considered an object.
Fair.
I'll walk up next to him, dusting my hands off. How'd that go? Any luck?
You just see Lady Silverhand kind of lowers her head and she says, "I'm afraid not.
Morning,
there may
my
still
lady.
be."
Sir Mort.
Good morning. He kind of nods his head as well. She says, "There may still be others in there, but
Would it be worth trying again? I know if you get nothing...
Well, if for some reason the scrying didn't work, it won't work again. So that means she's either perished, or she's no longer on this plane of existence. And after I say that, I kind of look at her out of the side of my eyes for confirmation on what I believe the spell does.
she kind of nods her head and says, "It's possible. She could be somewhere else. I haven't been able to get a sending spell to her, and the scrying spell isn't working. I'm not saying that she's dead, but right now we just don't know."
Right.
Well, worst case scenario, we need to find that staff. Because the staff is what allows her to control the statues, right?
Roll an Arcana check, Arcana or History, I would say.
Well, if he asks that out loud, Silverhand could just tell him. Very nice.
You would know that it is indeed the Black Staff is a very, very powerful legendary artifact that actually contains the soul of the creator and every Black Staff that has held it. So all of his heirs, so to speak, Kelvin Blackstaff. Kelvin Blackstaff, actually, for the record, was Lady Silverhand's husband many centuries ago. And she nods in confirmation and says, "That's correct, and we need to find it. We need to find out what happened here, along with any
Indeed.
survivors."
And I'll spin my hand in the air. Mort! Let's do some more digging. Carefully now. And
Absolutely.
I'll still have detect magic going, so every time we find some magic, it's time
So-
for us to be a little bit more cautious.
How long does it last?
10 minutes. But
Okay.
every time that wears out, I'll do another ritual.
I will say that. So you'll probably be spending most of the day either casting the ritual or doing that, right?
Directing Mortimer, yeah.
Yeah.
Which only lasts an hour, so...
Yeah. With the help of Mortimer, they make a lot of progress really quickly here. Mortimer, if you would, go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage. I'm gonna say you're already getting progress made just for being a giant ape, but
Yeah, that's huge, because they have a 23, I think, strength.
Woo!
yeah,
Ah.
a lot of progress being made with him being a giant ape. So
Was
much
he giant
so that you do actually start digging up some bodies. And you also find one survivor so far. A half-elf apprentice that was going here to Blackstaff Academy. When you dig him up, he's unconscious at first, but they're able to patch him up and everything, and they do get him back to consciousness within about an hour or so. And he is identified as Gaelvarel Thelen. He's probably mid-30s or so.
I'll start asking him what he knows.
All right. So you and Barnabas and Saith kind of take him over here to one of the benches where they can kind of have some away from all the digging and everything, and start asking him questions. What do you want to? Any specific questions, or just have him tell his story, or what?
Yeah, I would ask him what happened when, like, what his perspective on what happened was first, and then I would ask him if he had seen Vajra that day, and
Yeah, I saw her. I was with her for a while. I don't know where that came from. They were orcs. It was like they were coming out of the basement or something. I don't know how many of them there were, but
basement.
the cellars they they go deep. They go into the sewers, and um, it's a maze down there, but it's not somewhere I go. But I think they got in through there.
Uh, who else is around me? The city guard needs to know that now.
There's the city guard or city watch rather, and Barnabas and Saith, who will talk to them about that. Yeah, they're all here listening.
Cool. Yeah, that would need to be translated immediately.
He says, They did something to the golems on the first level, on the ground floor. I don't know what, but they turned against us. We were fighting the golems almost more than the orcs.
Yes.
I'll walk up. Did any of the orcs stand out to you?
Let's see. Did any of the orcs stand out to him? God, that's my second 20 of the night.
Ooh, baby.
He
We
says,
have a video song about that. Just
yeah,
saying.
he says, there was one, the leader, he was huge. He was standing at least another head taller than any of the rest. He had a glaive. It was a fire on one end. He actually counterspelled Vajra more than once.
Really? Did any of them
Remarkable.
say his name?
Lugnak.
Wow. He came into the city.
I think he got the black staff.
Oh, hell. That's not good. Did you see what happened to Vajra at the end?
That's what I mean.
Oh, he got her, and...
He killed her.
No.
She got God.
Did you see this?
With a natural 20, he saw it, yeah. I saw it. She's gone. She saved a lot of lives, but mine included, but he killed her. He took the black staff.
I just kind of stagger away.
That's dire news. Did they retreat back into the sewers?
I don't know. I think so, maybe. It's about that time you hear another shout from one of the guards on the rubble pile. It says, "We got a body!"
I run that way.
They start digging out an orc.
Oh, is he still alive? I'm gonna run up to him and immediately do cure wounds.
The orc is not alive.
Damn it. Not cure wounds, lay on hands.
No, the orc has obviously suffered heavy trauma to the head. It is basically crushed.
Is Monkey Mort still a thing?
Yeah.
Mort, whenever you're done being that, maybe we could use you over here.
Anyway, do you have any more questions for Gale Varel?
Does he know how they managed to reduce the tower to rubble?
I don't know. It just started shaking.
Did you hear explosions, or was it like
No.
steadily getting worse over time? Like maybe the golems took it down?
No, it was sudden.
It was sudden. But you didn't hear any explosion?
No. I mean, to be fair, the tower was falling down. I didn't hear a whole lot except for that. It could have been. I don't think so, though.
Right.
Well then.
Okay. As we continue to look, I'm gonna use... Let's see here, what is it? Fairy Fire? Because it outlines objects inside, but affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. So maybe, because I can choose the color, I was thinking maybe anyone that's alive.
Okay.
Maybe we could see some of that light coming through the rebel.
Interesting. All right, I like it. There's a save on it?
Yes, but that's the other thing. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Right, and if they're trapped, they're going to automatically fail it because they're restrained.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right. So, where do you cast the spell?
Oh, you're going to pick a spot. Okay.
It's not going to matter where you do it. It's going to be a roll to see what you find. So.
Upper left quadrant.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
20-foot square cube.
What's better for you, perception or investigation?
Ooh.
With advantage.
Perception's +0, investigation's +1. With advantage.
All right.
Not bad.
And you said it does
20 feet.
Does it do objects too?
The objects light up with a outline.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures get a dim shine.
All right. You do get 2 more shines and a lot of outlines.
Nice.
You can see.
Mort, over here, buddy. We got 2 more.
Digging.
All right. This one, yeah, 2 humans this time. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, 2 humans, both unconscious but alive. They're both breathing, and again, the city watch will tend to their wounds and get them back to consciousness within, say, an hour.
Alright. Do they have anything?
The first one is another apprentice of Blackstaff Academy named Balthazar Greycloud. He's probably 20. And the older one is more, say, close to his late 20s, maybe early 30s. Human, doesn't appear to be a mage. He has a sword on his side and that kind of stuff, armor, chainmail. Jehanine Hillstorm is his name, and he says, "I'm with Force Grey."
Ah, welcome back. Did you happen to see anything? We know that the Blackstaff fell, sadly.
Did she?
Yeah, we have a witness.
Oh, God. You see him kind of holding his head, and he says, "She saved our lives."
How'd she do that?
Kind of looks to the other guy.
How'd she do that?
She got between us and the orcs.
Fair enough.
She told us to go. She told us to get somewhere safe. We were safe for a while, but then this kind of gestures to the rubble pile behind you guys.
Right. Do you happen to see how they got in, how they got out? Anything like that? Maybe how the tower fell?
I'm not an expert on that. I couldn't get close to the orcs though. I tried. I drew my blade, but he kind of pauses and he says, "I've never seen orcs use magic like that before."
Right. Common theme here. Was it just the one, the big one? Or were others
No. No, there was, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe 8 of them. They were all casting spells.
They were all casting spells.
That seems significant. Well, maybe we can have Mort ask that orc shithead some questions. Maybe we can figure out how they got in, or are we sold on the sewers?
When you examine the body, one of the key features to speak with the dead is you need a mouth. The head's crushed.
Oh.
How'd you get into the tower?
He's gonna be a little throaty while answering, if you know what I mean.
Alright, scratch that. Well, hell.
Bart, would you cast polymorph on Mortimer again?
I can't. I don't have another
Okay.
spell slot.
Just curious to see how much progress we make. So this is probably going to be a multi-day thing digging people out of this. I will say Todrin and Bart, eventually you guys get to the point where you're kind of spent for the day, and both of you feel a very strong need to go and... I haven't mentioned this before because it just skips my mind from time to time, but Yawning Portal's not very far away.
Oh, right.
And you both have to poop.
And I don't know why, but
I say it's not very far away. It's practically halfway across the city, but it's
it's been further. It's been further away. How strong is this? Or
it's not terribly strong. It's just like when you stop to, I could use a drink or a bite to eat. It's like, hey, Yawning Portal. It's not like like you have to go. It's just like that's the first one that comes to your mind.
And is this because of our tie to Undermountain, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we failed the resistance down there.
I think, didn't you too, Bart? I think both of you had that.
Yep.
I don't think that's where I got that. I got that from my agreement with.
Maybe so. I'm not sure. Either way,
I don't think I failed that.
I'm not sure, but either way, you do have that though, right?
Right, I have the tie to Undermountain because I agreed to be an apprentice.
All right. So yeah, you both have that, and it's I'll just say basically getting to the end of the day, basically, and it's looking like that'd be the place to go.
Right. Right. Well, maybe is it getting late in the day then?
Yeah, I would say by this point you guys have been working most of the day, and the progress made on the pile of rubble just with having Mortimer in the form of a giant ape for as long as he was, this is way more progress than really should have been made in a day. He helped a lot. So
before Silverhand leaves, I'll say, my lady, do you... I mean, if they have the staff, that's a serious security threat to the city. Is there...
It is.
What do we do about that? I don't know anything about that artifact. Is there any way to remove its abilities? Not from the staff, obviously, but from the things it interacts with?
I don't believe it'll be an immediate threat. Kelvin's soul is within the Black Staff. He would prevent anyone from using it for ill purposes, at least for a while. I don't know. It's never happened before. We've never had it. It's never been lost.
Well, it's worth thinking about. These orcs have surprised us at every turn, and they're clearly more clever than
Absolutely.
orcs we've ever dealt with before. He came here for a reason. Got what he came for. Either it is just to remove those defenses from our hands, or he plans to use them against us somehow. If that's possible, we need to do something about it.
I agree.
I know that's
We have
hard,
to do something.
and I'm sorry.
No, you're right. We have to do something, but we don't even know where to begin right now.
Right. Okay. Well, folks, I'm sorry. You said it's getting pretty late in the day. I got distracted.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Late afternoon.
I got a few errands that I want to run around town and take care of, y'all. So, I guess I'll see you back at the tavern later.
Sounds good.
Right.
It's one of those moments where I imagine you guys are both like, you say that, and you it's like you should go different ways, and then you just end up going the same way towards the yawning portal.
Y'all want to...
But no, it's... Here's the thing. I don't have anything for you at the yawning portal specifically. It's just I thought of that just in the moment that you guys have that flaw, and I should mention that. That's all that is. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will stop by there just for a meal.
right.
While I'm thinking, because I'm totally just trying to figure out what I want to do with all this. And then, my
Right.
feet just kind of carry me in that direction.
Okay. How about you, Mortimer and Bartholomew? What do you guys do?
I want to go to both Rashal's and Gabby's.
All right. Mortimer?
Mr. Kai?
Kalania?
Okie doke. He gone.
All right. I will start with Bart.
Okay.
So head back to Troll Skull Alley after you guys finish up at with this. Rashal first or Gabby first?
Rashal first.
Okay.
So I'll walk into that shop, and I imagine I'm pretty disheveled. I've been digging in rubble all day.
Right. Okay.
So is he there?
Yes, he is there.
Rashal.
Come in. How can I help you?
I'm actually looking for some magic. I was wondering if you had anything that could help me locate a object. Or maybe a scrying spell?
I think we might be able to do something about that. Sure. Give me 1 second here, because one of the few things that I have not actually, for some reason, I don't have. I need to make sure I make a note to get it. Is the stock for his store. I apologize.
You're fine.
Do I? No, I don't. So yeah, I'm going to pull up Fantasy Grounds to get his stock real quick. But I will say that yes, he will be able to help you with either locate objects or scrying, whichever you prefer, or both.
I would like both spells.
I say that I better check how much locate object is, like where.
I don't know
the-
much about locate object, but I know scrying
don't
is going to be
either.
expensive. I guess I could search. I'm like scrolling through this long ass list. It's a second level spell. Okay,
is it
that
only?
one's not as bad. Yeah.
Um,
It's the exact same as locate creature, except it's an object.
right.
Objects have to make saving throws?
No, it's locate object is the same spell as locate or creature. What is it called? Locate.
It was a joke. I don't think there's a saving throw in either.
No. Locate creature. The only difference
Only
is
1,000
locate
feet, though.
creature. Yeah, locate creature. If there is a 10-foot wide thing of running water, it blocks the path. And locate object is a thin sheet of lead.
Okay. So
Interesting.
from Rishal to get you said locate object is a second level spell?
Yeah.
150 gold pieces for that.
Okay, I'll buy that.
And scrying is a 5th level spell. 1500 for
God
scrying.
damn it. I hate being a wizard.
Kick you right in the gold purse.
Said 150 for locate object and 1500 for scrying.
Right.
I mean, I have it, but okay, I'll buy both.
Go ahead and Rishal
The
can
city
just
could cover.
Rishal can just see the pain in your eyes, and he's just like, roll a persuasion check.
Oh, roll a pity check. Roll for pity.
Performance.
Nope.
No.
I just look at him. No, I gotta pay you full price. I love you, Rishal.
All right.
He's like, you do? Really?
Hey, look on the bright side. You've got the material components free.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
those are both just spell scrolls.
Yes, and if you can find them, that'd make my job easier because I don't know where to look for them right now.
I can make them.
Just
I can make
drag the spell onto his inventory.
Oh, really? Oh, yep. Look at that.
Cool. All right.
Wait, where'd it go? Yep, spell scroll, locate object.
Is there anything else from him?
No. I'll tell him about what's going on and fill him in on stuff.
All right.
And then I will
He-
head
he
to
will-
Gabby's.
He will just ask, is there anything I can do to help?
No, you did what I needed. I lift the scrolls and shake them at him. Not like at him, just like in the air. Like, this is what I needed from you.
Yeah. Right.
You
Well-
took all my money, you bastard.
I'm single-handedly keeping this shop in business.
You really are.
No shit. Should name it after you at this point.
I have given Rishal somewhere in the vicinity of 6,000 to 7,000 gold pieces.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Woo!
Yeah.
So Gabby's again. Gabby's place is, it's a workshop. It's busy. It's loud. You see all three of them here. Gabby, Nim, and Thorvin are all busy at work on some secret project. There's as you're walking in, and Gabby kind of pops her head up to greet you. There's a small fire in her hair that she kind of pats out.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not here to do anything specific. I'm just here to do artificer stuff with her.
Mhm.
So
All right.
we'll start tinkering.
Yeah, they will have you come help with the battle bot.
Awesome. Yep, that's all I'm here for. So
Yeah.
that's me.
And I don't. You guys may or may not remember the little battle bot that she tried to get you to buy earlier, but it's a small. It's say gnome or halfling sized. It's not terribly big, but it's a nimble, like, fighter bot, like, construct. It's
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm still here, but I'm gonna step away. So, but
all
I'm
right.
still listening. So
Todrin then. Actually, first, Mortimer, was there anything you wanted to do between day 1 and day 2 of the excavation, I guess you could call it?
Nope. I think I'm good.
All right. Todrin.
All right, so are we talking about, like, over the span of the next couple days while...
This would be just the one
excavation
day,
happens?
but there will be probably multiple days that they'll be working on that. So,
Oh, okay. All right,
if you want
so...
to start something, sure.
well, because I have several things, and I didn't want to just take up
Okay.
the whole session role-playing me. But first thing I wanted to do was pop over to our inn, where a certain Harper agent is holed up.
Right. Cordelia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on my way to her, I am brainstorming and I write down some notes.
Mm-hmm.
And in those notes, I mention that, let's see, which ones do I want to put in there?
I'm gonna go ahead and put her image on the map here, just so we know who we're talking about. How do I make her image bigger? Can I? Like, can I make the token bigger?
There's a scale if you right click. You might also be able to like control scroll wheel maybe.
That makes her turn.
Oh, yeah, if you just right click, do the gear icon, and there's a scale option.
There it is. It's under image, yeah. I'll just bump it up to there. So yeah, she's there. She's
Nice.
tending to her birds. She's technically she works in the inn, but it's more like she tends to the birds for the Harpers and keeps a watch on Ulbrinter Villa and other Harper stuff that she probably doesn't talk about.
Ulbrinter Villa.
Yeah. Where Lady Haventree stays, just south of you guys. That Ulbrinter Villa is just south of Trollskill Alley. Just right across the...
Remind me why she's watching that?
Because Ramali Haventree is like the Harper's leader in the city.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So-
okay.
It's a safe house right across the street that's like to keep an eye, make sure nobody's messing with the leader of the Harpers.
Right, okay.
That,
so,
and she also has the birds for communication with other Harpers across the city.
Alright, so I'm going to just approach her and be like, Lady Cordelia, hello.
Good evening, how are you?
Right, yeah, I've been better, but I'm hanging in there. I know there's a lot out there with it worse than me right now. Listen, I'll just kind of look around, make sure nobody else is around. I have some very tender things to discuss with you as a member of the Harpers. I know you deal with a lot of secrets.
From time to time, yes.
Yeah, so there are are some important things that I need somebody other than me to know about. Now,
Alright.
a lot of it's extremely tender. I feel like I'm going to be saying this a lot over the next 100 years of my life.
I can
But
be discreet.
please don't ask me any questions I would have to lie to answer.
She kind of cocks her head to the side and she says, okay.
With that being said, I'm going to hand her a piece of paper that I had written down some notes on. And on there, I put the blurb about Ermbrusk, I think that says. Being a masked lord and being in debt to the Zentarum.
Oh my.
There's a few that I have on there. The Gralhuns taking over for the cult. And
right.
Talmost worshipping the Demon Prince. I guess the Gralhuns would include the Castellanter.
Okay,
That's
so
what
I
you're
wanna make sure I got this right. The Gralhuns,
The one labeled Gralhund, Gralhund,
Talmost,
Talmost, Castellanter, and Ermbrusk.
Ermbrusk. Alright. I just wrote those down and put them in the chat for my own purposes.
And Castellanter.
Oh, and Castellanter. Sure. She says, well, it's not terribly surprising that the Gralhuns are involved with that cult still, but this,
Yes, there's ongoing evidence of that I do not have access to.
She says, are you telling me that the Castellanters started that cult?
Yes. I can tell you that I personally was witness to many, many terrible things that were direct evidence to that. They kind of let the Gralhund take the fall.
So, wow. How do you know this?
I kind of give her a look.
Right.
Yeah, you know the game. But these things need to be paid attention to.
Roll a persuasion check. I'm going to say with advantage because this isn't just someone coming off the street and telling her this. This is a knight of the Order of the Ruby Rose coming in and telling her this.
Oh, not great. Not great. Do I have
I'll run it.
anything I can do about that? Probably not.
I would say all of you should have a point of inspiration.
Oh, I will burn that right away.
I think, don't you? If you don't, you should.
Okay, well I will burn it. I do not.
All right, everybody. If you don't already have that on your inventory, go ahead or on your character sheet, go ahead and pin it in that you have one. So yeah, with that, she'll say, do you want me to run these past the rest of the Harpers, or?
Yes, please. As much attention as we can get put on these things, the better. I think the main one right now, given the change of climate in the area, is Ermbrusk. If
Right.
she wields that much authority and can be swayed by the Zentarum easily, that kind of sway needs to be dealt with.
I'll pass it along to Mert, and we'll see what he says about it. I have a question for you though. Do you know anything about Ziraj? The half orc. He stays with Fala.
Right. I know he's a good guy. I don't think he's involved. I kind of give her a grin and a look.
I wouldn't say involved, but I'll just say that we have some concerns that he may be working with the Zentarum too, actually, considering that it's come up.
Oh, my apologies. I misread that question entirely. Comes with the job. Interesting. Okay. You think he's a Zentarum agent of one sort or another?
Maybe so. I think he may have worked for Davil at one point. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Just seemed relevant considering the subject.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. It's good to know. Also, one other thing. Consider it a favor to me for giving you Harper's what you love to have. Then I'll pull out another piece of paper. Man, how do I want to do this? I didn't really think this part of it through. I can't really. Okay, yeah. So I hand her a piece of paper, and it says on it, check under Todrin's trunk. And I say, can you make sure that this ends up in the tavern of our house over there tonight?
For whom?
Label it to the. Well, I guess I should add this. I need you to. You should probably do this. You should put on there that it's to the uncommon, so that my friends will find it. It's part of a surprise for the rest of them. I just need somebody that's not me to drop that off.
All right.
And that was all that I had for you. So thank you for your time, Cordelia. Please let me know
Certainly.
what's going on with the rest of that.
Certainly. So let me get this straight. You have given her a note that says to check under your trunk in your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'm writing this in the chat for my own purposes. I'll
Okay.
take a look at it later. All right. So when you leave her, where do you want to go after that? Or does anyone else have anything else they want to do?
I will walk past the door to Gabby's and see if anyone is inside.
I would say you can see all of them. You can see Thorvin, Bart, Nim, and Gabby all working on some kind of project or another.
Okay. Sorry, Kai, you were saying something?
Oh, sorry. Negative.
Oh, okay. Then I will go ahead and swing by Embrick and Avi, I think. Are their names?
Yeah, the blacksmiths,
Yeah.
Steam and Steel. Sure.
Steam and Steel, that's great. Yeah, I'll walk in on them real quick. Might have been poorly phrased.
Yeah, you find the two of them. They're currently working in the back on the forge. One of them's, hammering away at the anvil, while the other one is kind of working on something in the forge at the moment.
Gentlemen, howdy.
Welcome, Howie. What can we do for you?
Well, got a bit of an odd request for you, and before I make the request, I have to ask that, for the sake of honesty, you don't ask me any questions I'd have to lie to answer.
This is gonna be hard for a paladin, isn't it?
Exactly.
To say, Imbrick and Avi kind of exchange glances. It's like, this is, especially coming from you, this is kind of unusual.
Yeah.
And they both say, I think we can probably manage that. What's
I give him a grin. Relax, gentlemen. It's not that big a deal. But I need a method of melting small amounts of gold,
Imbrick just kind of gestures to the forge.
like
We can do that.
like on my own time, in my own way, at any location. Like, do you have a small object that generates enough heat for me to
Well, I
melt
mean,
gold or so?
we can put you together a small forge if that's what you're looking for.
I was thinking more like a handheld magic item or something. Like say if I were to, for whatever reason, need to melt a gold coin so that it can't be identified. Use the gold for something else. Just handheld quantities of gold. I need to be able to.
Yeah, people do
affect.
that all the time for decorative purposes or what have
Right
you.
there you go. Yes. Is there any way that you can hook me up with the ability to do that on the go?
On the go, probably not. I mean, we'd be happy to take care of something like that for you, for a
Right.
small fee, but um, like I said, we can use the forge to do that anytime. Or like I said, we can put you together a small one that would, fit in the back alley here.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna suit my purposes, but I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you for your time.
I know we're not supposed to ask questions, but
Well, thank you for
What did I
asking.
just say?
The necklace that you made me works fantastically. The
fantastic, great.
armor is gorgeous. It saved my life and many others many times. So thank you for your hard work.
I'm glad to hear it, but
I just walk away.
yeah.
As they're
You see Imbrick, Avi kind of nudge Imbrick, like he said, "Don't ask any questions." Imbrick is kind of watching you walk down the alley. He's like, he's got me curious now.
All right, I will walk over to Gabby's place
All right.
and join them in there.
Yeah, you find, like I said, they're working on that battle bot thing, and you see Bartholomew standing there with a wrench in one hand.
Look at you getting your hands dirty.
Huh? I just turn. Oh,
You got the
hello, Padre.
goggles and just scorch marks across your face. Grease stains everywhere.
I'm like you with the freaking, what's it called? The brain. Come on, mage hand. Just
Yes.
extra tools.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I just thought I'd come in, check on little Gabby here, and see how things are going. Looks like Bert's got a new passion.
Indeed, I do.
What you working on there, mate?
A battle bot.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I just keep turning bolts and stuff.
Awesome. It's
Gabby
great
says-
because it's like Todd's kind of looking around for the thing that he was asking Ember Kanavi for, just some way to melt something portably. And
Right.
so it's great because it's like I'm trying to be subtle about it by distracting Bert so he doesn't keep track of what I'm doing, when actually if I would just shut up and walk away, Bert would forget I exist.
Pretty much.
Like, yeah, that's really great, man. Sorry, you said Gabby had something?
As they're working on it, she puts one hand on the chest of the battle bot and kind of pats it a couple of times, and she says, "Hey, if you want this, it's for sale."
Maybe when it's done and you can showcase.
It's done. It'll work. And she looks to Nim and to Bart. It'll work, right? It'll work.
I look at you and like the look on my face says no.
Well, maybe let Bert keep tinkering with it for a second here. Gabby, could I borrow you for a second?
Sure. She'll pop on over to talk to you on
Yeah, I'll just.
the side.
I imagine kind of like a Hobby Lobby type thing where there's like aisles and shelves of crap just everywhere.
I would
Is
say
that
less
kind?
aisles and more just just
But there are like
there's
tables and
junk. There's
rows
junk
and.
everywhere.
Yeah, okay, all
But
right. So we'll start meandering a path as we're
yeah,
talking, and I'll just be like, "Listen, Gabby."
no straight lines.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Listen, Gabby. No, it's not too serious, nothing dangerous or anything. But I'm gonna use my new catchphrase on you. Please don't ask me any questions that I would have to lie to answer.
She goes, okay. What do you got?
Right. I'm working on a project, and for
I
this,
love projects.
yeah, I kind of figured you were my first stop. Honestly, my first idea anyway. Uh, so I need an ability to melt handheld quantities of metal, specifically
Hmm.
gold. Uh, I don't. It doesn't need to become completely liquid, but like, let's say I wanted to turn a gold coin into a plain-faced medallion for like decoration or something. So it
Hmm.
doesn't lose its shape, but I'm melting the texture off of the face.
Sure.
Uh, would you have anything along those lines?
I don't have anything, but I can make something.
That would be fantastic. I figured you could. I'll pat the bug burner across my shoulder. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously this could probably melt it, but it's a little, I mean, unpredictable.
Is it?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's very effective. Gods, I burned so many things, but
I
it's
remember a mind flayer specifically. Or
yeah,
was that a fireball? It may have been both. I'm not sure.
it was definitely both. I think mine specifically burnt the spawning pool.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll say yeah, that would be great if you could do that for me.
She says, give me a week. I'll have something for you.
A week. All right, that'll do. Awesome. Well, thank you, Gabby. Let you get back to your battle bot.
1,000 gold pieces and it's yours.
That's honestly not a bad price.
Do you think I should charge more? How's 1,200 sound? 1,200?
Wait, hold on. I must either I'm really bad at this or you're really bad at this. Maybe it's a bit of both, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
I think you're
All right,
ecstatically
1,000.
good at
What?
what you do.
Do you want it? Do you want it?
Well, I need to see
You
what
can
it
have
does
it.
first.
I mean, it does stuff. She
Right.
just looks to Nim and Bart, and she goes, "Come on, turn it on, turn it on."
I anxiously await.
Let me find the statistics for it here. This is another one of those things I didn't quite move over from.
Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I don't know why. I meant to move all of the store stuff, and I just didn't, and it's bothering me now. So it it's a clockwork contraption. It has to be wound up, and that's what they're doing. It's Bart's got one end of this giant key on the back of it, and Nim has the other, and they're both turning the key. One person could do it, but just because they're both there. Uh, but once it's active, it'll run for about an hour. Otherwise, you'd have to carry it, and it weighs 50 pounds. You could theoretically just keep winding it, but you just have to stop for a minute to do that every hour.
Fair enough.
Um, It is very loud, and once they have it turned on, it's clank, 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 and it's any kind of stealth checks it's gonna have disadvantage on at the very least.
Right.
It wouldn't require food or air or anything like that. It is susceptible to anti-magic, so if someone were to, say, try to use a dispel magic spell on it, it would probably not work.
Interesting. Okay.
Aside from that, it doesn't have a whole lot of hit points. It does have a lot of armor. Like it's 18 armor, and it has a short sword, which you could give it any kind of weapon you wanted to.
Okay. So it hops around and swings that?
Yep.
Interesting. I'll give it some thought. I'm carrying around a lot of stuff, but if I manage to make room, I'll come back and check it out.
All right. It's here if you want it. She says, I could also, and she starts trying to sell you everything else that's here. She says, you like the bug burner? How about some of those that explodey string, huh? You like the explodey string, right?
Ooh, I did actually really like the explodey string. I'll take a bit more of that.
All right. Do you already have any of that in your inventory, or do I need
flinches.
to make it?
I definitely need more of it. I'm
All
out.
right. Remind me, and I will make that, and I will add it to your inventory between sessions. So,
Okay.
how many? They're 120 pieces, 120 gold pieces each.
Let's do 2.
All right.
I promise not to hit you with it this time, Bert.
Um. Anything else from anywhere before you say call it a night? Long rest.
I think I'm good.
All right.
That was a lot.
So you guys eventually make your way back to the tavern. It's pretty busy. There's a lot of people here.
As soon as we get back, I take a moment to jot down everything that I can remember from Esvalet's little blurbs. Everything except for the one about the Margasters. I jot all of that down on a piece of paper. I try purposely, like I write with my left hand, so it's not recognizable as my handwriting. And I stuff that under the chest in my room.
I don't know whether to make you roll anything for that or not. I don't think so. So there's not anybody here that's necessarily an expert in like handwriting. So
Right.
I
think Todd
and
would try
underneath
to avoid it
the
most
chest
of the
in
time.
your room.
Yep.
Okay. So I will say when you guys start to come into the tavern, Floon is standing behind the bar, and the first thing he does is he calls you guys over and says, somebody dropped this off for you guys. Passes you a note that you already recognize, Todrin.
Who's he hand it to?
He just slides it across the bar as the three of you come in.
Okay. I move kind of slowly, letting them get to it first. I want somebody else to play D&D, please.
I will rip open the note.
I want someone else to play D&D.
I feel like I'm the only one. I feel bad.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah, you're fine. Sunbathing on the deck there.
Yeah. So yeah, when you guys come in, Floon passes this note across the table here, and whoever picks it up first opens it up and reads. It just says, "Check under Todrin's trunk." It doesn't have a name on it or anything. It just says to the uncommon.
I eat the note and I go walk behind Todrin and I pick up his armored skirt.
You
Do you,
Son of a bitch. What
do
did...
you,
Wait!
what did it say?
It said to check Todrin's trunk. And I just pat him on the bottom.
My trunk?
I just look at the two of you and I shake my head.
Seems
Probably
fine. Firm?
not that kind of trunk.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you mean the... Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of lean
Mortimer.
around, looking at his front.
No, Mortimer.
I slap his hand away. That's not for you, little man. I think I'd know if anybody stashed something under there. I think.
Looks clean from down here. Oh,
You
sorry.
ate it? You just stuffed it in your mouth?
Yes.
My trunk.
I turned to Floon. Who left that, Floon?
Well, if you must know, and he kind of points back to Cordelia.
Oh, god damn it.
Look over at her.
Was it supposed to be a secret from her?
Yeah.
Dude, she's hot.
Okay. In that case, I apologize. I misunderstood. He wouldn't know. I just wrote down note to Cordelia. I didn't write down she wouldn't. Never mind.
Yeah, I wanted her to
But,
sneak it in
yeah,
there
Yeah.
so that they would find it.
He would just say it just appeared on the desk on the bar. Not desk, the bar.
Has anyone but us been upstairs?
I don't think so.
He
I mean, the kids have
asked
come up and down a few
convincingly.
times. Nat Jinx and Squidly came down earlier and they had a bite, but other than them and Okoria, I don't think so.
Maybe
And
Nat left me a surprise.
Maybe. I don't know.
Weird.
I'll go check under my trunk, I guess. And as I walk away and trounce
Okay,
up
now
the
you're
stairs.
gonna have to roll a deception check. You're leaning into it.
Yeah, okay. As I'm walking up the stairs away, I just mumble, "It's like Christmas for myself."
I'm so confused. I'm just like, but do you want us to come with you, Todrin?
Ooh, bam, natural 20.
Nice.
That's a performance check, but I'll allow it.
Oh, what'd you ask for?
Deception.
Oh,
I may have said performance. Did I say performance? I may have.
Oh, you
I don't.
said
Either way,
deception.
you're fine.
It's the same
You're fine
bonus
though.
either way.
Yeah, it's good. So
you
yeah,
can
you guys
come if you want to. It's no big deal.
You guys head upstairs, and I'll move the three of you.
I guess I'm not concentrating anymore.
No. But yeah, you guys head upstairs to his bedroom, and you find underneath the trunk. Do you want to describe it, or should I? Or
yeah, it's just a piece of paper that has everything that Esvale, sorry, I'm reading stuff, that Esvale left under the trunk except for the blurb about the Margaster. And at the end, it's just signed in messy script. Fuck, what's her thief name?
Black Viper?
The Black Viper, yeah, it's signed the Black Viper at the
okay.
I like how I was like, the black cat, the sneaky snake.
Yeah, the sneaky
So,
snake.
in that case, for brevity's sake, I'll just say, if you haven't already, it's in the handout section. You can read it at your leisure. The main ones on there would be House and Cather, Stable Boy, the Castlanters, the Bellabranta thing, Crawlhund, Jansel, Armbrusk, Talmost, but yeah, there you go.
Right.
You now all know everything that was in Esvale's journal except for the one about Malfear.
Yeah. I will solemnly hand the paper over to Bert. Take a look at that.
This is in your offhand handwriting?
Yeah, it does
so
look pretty terrible.
Is it like, I'm like reading it and I'm like, why did a child leave this here?
Maybe it was one of the kids. I don't know. Some of that stuff's pretty serious, man.
Why was it left under your trunk? And why? But this doesn't make any sense.
No, I trust me, I know.
And I just look at you and I look down at this and I'm just like, what?
This is a lot.
Is this a joke?
I don't know, brother. I I just found it. Uh, some of that stuff's pretty serious, though. I mean, they knew, whoever this was, they knew about the Castellanter and the Gralhund stuff. Only we knew about the Castellanters, right? I thought.
Hmm. This is disturbing.
I mean, maybe the handwriting is just so we can't recognize whose it is.
And I just look at you again and I'm like,
Seemed like a really
again,
clever idea.
why your trunk?
Maybe. Maybe.
Todred is really not good about lying, is he?
Maybe it was so that no one could identify him. Seems really clever to me.
Yeah. It seemed like a really good idea.
Bart is just staring at you like,
I'm not
What?
gonna lie. You're saying enough that it's like they're figuring something's funky with this.
I got a nat 20 though. I'll roll another check if you want.
Bart is
There's-
just super confused because he doesn't understand why this ended up in your bedroom under
Here's
a
the-
trunk.
Here's the thing:
Like-
there's a difference between a deception roll being a natural 20 and, hey guys, look at this thing I totally didn't find.
Yeah, okay. Alright, okay.
But
Where were we?
I just. But. Strange.
Maybe.
This is
I
very
mean,
strange.
it says it's from the. Damn it! Wow.
Can't read his own handwriting.
Black Viper.
Yes, Black Viper.
Sneaky snake.
It says it's from the Black Viper. If she, right? It's a woman. If she knew about the Castellanters and knew that we knew somehow, maybe she thought we could help with the rest of this.
She know that we know.
How would she know any of this? That's a lot. She's got dirt on my family in there. I didn't even know that.
And I'm just like looking through all this again. These are all noble families, right?
Every one of them. And probably the Gralhund thing is something you guys knew, and it's like basically common knowledge at this point to most people that the Gralhunds were involved in devil worship. But
The common knowledge is were, right? Not are.
The common knowledge is that they were involved with the cult that last summer, like I said, there were riots at their house,
Right,
at their
right, but
estate because of that.
It's not just
Whether-
commonly accepted that they still are once every
Right.
10 day.
Right.
Okay.
This is
A lot
hard
of
to
people,
read.
a lot of people suspect it. Like it's one of those things that's like it's not that big of a surprise to people, for the Gralhunds at least. Probably the really crazy one, as far as anyone would be concerned, is the Ermbrusk one. That's an open lord, or rather a masked lord. That's not something someone should know.
Right.
People have died for that kind of information before.
Right.
In fact, people have died for a lot of this kind of information before. But that one in particular is like, you guys shouldn't know that. Nobody should know that.
I find it very peculiar that this note doesn't have anything on my family. I look at you and I'm just like, because we both know how awesome Malfear can be.
Right. No, that's a good point. Maybe they didn't want to offend you?
This was left for you, I feel like.
Well, but the note was addressed to the Uncommon.
So why did they leave this in your room?
We can't leave it in all of our rooms.
But all right.
I'm a
This is
paladin, man. People come to me for,
secrets unveiled.
help. for help, man.
I suppose I haven't
I mean,
heard
like, look
many
at the
people.
one. Where is it? duh, 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 duh. Oh man. Oh man. Where is it?
What are you
The
looking for?
the one where there it is. The Artemel hunting people on their reserve? That sounds awful. Like, are they abducting random peasants and they just disappear and they're murdered out there? That sounds like something maybe we could do something about. Most of these things, if we were to focus, maybe we could help. I don't know.
I mean, there's not a lot we can do at the moment. Maybe let the watch know about some of these things.
With just our word out of the blue with no proof?
That's what we just got, and I just slap the letter against my hand. It's just a letter written by what appears to be a child left under a chest. I don't.
Todd looks a little pissed.
Bart is super confused right now. He's
I don't
just
think
like,
it looks that bad.
when you say that, I lift it up and I turn it around. A goblin, maybe?
Hey, listen. Maybe somebody clearly needs help. I think that's our main takeaway. I rip it out of your hand from this.
What can we do to help this goblin child?
Sorry, I can't help but throw some of this comedy in here because
No,
it's
it's
great.
great. I love it. I honestly
Randomly tell the guard? I mean, that's what we have. Some child just left a letter in our rooms.
Or in the city, a goblin child is in need and knows everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck.
this goblin child knows a lot of shit.
We're gonna have like a montage of flashbacks of all sorts of like political scenes, and in every one there's a little goblin child in the corner somewhere.
Yes, perfect. Just hanging from the rafters.
What the fuck? Just a goblin child. Wow. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, obviously we can't do anything right now, but maybe if we looked into some of these things and found proof, they'd have a little weight.
That's a good point. I think for right now we should focus on the orcs.
Right, and honestly, some of these things would cause such a mess. We really can't have people turning on each other with such a universal threat out there. But it's just, man, that's really scary. If even half of these things are true, nobility has not been living up to its name.
I can't say most of this is extremely surprising, honestly.
It's almost like you read it 4 weeks ago already, huh?
Yep. Yeah. It's like I knew most of this already.
It's like I read some of this stuff on Discord last week. I don't know.
In all reality, I mean, Bart doesn't have a high opinion of the nobility here in the city anyway.
Right.
So reading this, it's just like he's disgusted, but he's not like, this is appalling. Like, he's like, figures.
So that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Coming from a Margaster, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, I know my father. That's why he makes the point where he's just like, peculiar that there's nothing about
Well-
my family on here.
And to be fair, there's 100 families in Waterdeep, and there's only, say, 20 listed here.
Still, that's a fifth of the nobility.
Yeah.
And this is definitely not every secret in the city.
Oh no, not by a long
Yeah.
shot.
Right. So, I mean, yeah. When you look at statistics, this is a high number of secrets.
Right. Well, maybe just hang on to that and think about it, and if we come across
And
an opportunity.
I look at it and I look at you. Do you mind? And I kind of open my book and slide it in there.
Nope.
Thank you.
I kind of knock on the side of my head. It's all up in here.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, so
So I wouldn't normally do this, but just so you guys are aware of all the different things that I've thought of, there's actually another source of this that you guys could have found, and we're to the point now where you all know the information, so I'm just going to tell you this. Nat was given the same information by Esvele at one point, and it's hidden in her room. She has not read it, but she was told keep this safe when she was in Amphail with Esvele.
really,
But we don't know that.
Wait,
You guys don't know that. You guys don't know that. I'm just saying
Right.
there was another source of that you could have eventually found that information from through Nat.
she has like a piece of paper with all this written on it.
She has a journal with all of that information in it.
Can Nat even read yet?
That's what I was getting at. Is first off, Nat is still learning to read, and Nat has not read it, and Nat was told to hide it. And
Written for the same college child.
this is basically the concept of, hey, if something happens to me, give this to somebody important.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Strange.
So she told Nat not to do anything with it unless
Right.
something happened to Esvele, specifically. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. That is interesting. Okay.
There's also another copy out there somewhere that I'm not going to tell you where it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
she did say in that interview if she goes down,
Yeah.
everyone goes down with her, so that makes sense.
Huh.
Not sure
Anyway,
how I feel
the
about
only reason I say that is just because I want you guys to know I've thought about multiple ways for you guys to find things, and
Right.
I want you all to know that there's not a right or wrong way. So
Well, right now all we know is this just kind of appeared here. And I look over at you. It's gonna sound strange, but when was the last time you looked under your chest?
uh, the last time I looked,
When you bought it?
no, more recently than that. But, you know, who does that, right?
Oh, this could have been sitting here for a long time.
Maybe, but it's not like these things would change quickly.
I'll say there doesn't appear to be very much in the way of like dust or anything on the note itself.
Yeah, but it's under a chest. Like,
Yeah.
Well, but we were also told to go get it by the note downstairs.
right, but without the knowledge that you put this here, it's realistically this could have been here for weeks, and someone just got sick of you not cleaning your room or something. And
I love
like,
this.
like you know what I mean? Like,
I guess so. I guess
someone
so.
could have left this in your room like a month ago, and then we never found it, and then finally they're like, "What the fuck is taking these people so long?"
Hey, you know Rhea was in his room.
Oh my god! Yeah, but Rhea's not a child goblin.
Yeah, that couldn't have been her.
I've seen her
Allegedly.
writing.
Not last we saw her. Also, I found it a lot harder to lie to you without lying there than I thought it would be. Taking my words very carefully.
Meanwhile, Suni is just up there just shaking her head. That's my paladin.
Jesus.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
I will stash this in my book, and I just look at you two, and I'm like, well, I've got to go learn some spells.
Well, before you go, I feel like we should touch bases because obviously we've accomplished a lot of good in the past. I feel like we just need to talk over what's going on here in the city and figure out what we want to do about it.
Oh,
Hmm.
I also want to remind you, Bart. I don't know what it was, but you had said something about wanting to talk to Dagna again or something. Stone Shaft. I don't know what it may have been. I just remember you'd said it.
Nothing comes to mind, but I mean, I do want to check up on her eventually because I
Mhm.
know she's dealing with sorcery now. And I feel like I told her I would do whatever I could to help her learn how to use her abilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I should probably go see her.
Well, that's exactly what I mean. We need to figure out our priorities, talk about what's going on, and figure out our direction because I do not want to sit here spinning our wheels waiting to be reacting to events here.
Well, right now our priority should be retrieving the Blackstaff,
Okay, so all right, so
right?
item number 1 on our list here, we've got retrieve Blackstaff.
Let's talk about this as party goals.
Right.
So, as a party, our primary goal is retrieving the Blackstaff.
Okay. Another goal would be what? We could go to the Lord's Alliance command group and figure out where they could use a crack team of special ops commandos like us in the fight. Maybe those go hand in hand. Maybe we can go to the Lord's Alliance and get what intel they have for us and figure out collaboratively
How we can go
where
about retrieving that.
yeah, and
Yes.
how they could help us, how we could help them in that. Okay, so talk to Lord's Alliance. Uh, is there anything
I'm
else?
so happy to see this happening. This is exactly what I was wanting.
I had been hoping to visit the Temple of Beauty, but I feel like things might be a little bit more pressing than that, at least right now. And
What
you,
do you
like you
need to
said,
do at the temple?
oh, it was just a pilgrimage. It
A
was more of a
pilgrimage?
sightseeing trip. It was gonna be a vacation, basically.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
yeah. No,
appropriate at the
I
moment.
don't even know
I'll
why I
say
brought it up.
Azure Edge would pipe in. She says, "Sorry, Totter, not while the city's in danger."
No, of course. I brought it up to say that it's off the table. Uh, so you, like you said, party oriented goals here. Is there anything else that comes to mind?
Mm,
Oh, the Zentarum. We just came back from Neverwinter talking to that little bastard. What was his name?
Little bastard.
Ollie.
Ollie, that guy. Yeah, he
Oliver is what his name was. Sorry. We
what
know him as Ollie. His characters, or his players, as
yeah.
characters, we know him as Ollie. Oliver.
Wow. Uh so shit, my if
I
I took
totally forgot
notes.
about that. With the attack on the city, that's just gone.
Right.
Right.
I took notes on that, but I don't fucking see it. Um but what did he want? He wanted us to get information from the Zentarum members we trust about the what's his name? The Dreadlord?
The Dreadlord.
Was it that
Yeah,
he
he
wanted
wanted
us
us to.
to find out about him,
Mm-hmm.
learn what we could about him? And we gave him connections through the people that we think are
Yeah, you
trustworthy.
guys mentioned Davil and Taga specifically.
Right.
I feel like there was one more you guys mentioned. I'm not sure now. Oh, Istrid Horn, the
Right.
the Treasury Secretary.
Yeah. So I feel like it goes without saying that the Zentarum gaining the sway that they have recently is kind of scary and concerning, and especially if the what's the word I want to go for? The ambiguity of the average Zentarum motivation is even darker from this Dreadlord guy. That seems pretty immediately demanding as far as anything we can do to help get
I
that
mean,
solved.
our really only course of, I don't know if opposing is the correct word, but
Investigating?
yeah, it's our only way of kind of sticking it to the Zentarum would be through that Oliver fellow.
And the only way to help him with that is to get information.
Do you think Davil will be up to talking with us?
I think so. I think I've smoothed things over enough with him before we even went to Oliver that that would be a good starting point on that front.
And I
It's
know
kind of funny.
Taga.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's kind of funny because you've had this really rocky relationship with Davil like from the beginning,
Yeah.
and every time it's like you managed to smooth it over, and I love that. And I think
Yeah.
it's been like natural 20s on 2 occasions or something like
Yes.
that.
Yes. I've had a lot of fun fucking with him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, and then we also have Taga, who seems really amenable. So
Right, but last we knew she was still in Skullport,
right.
so that might be somewhere we could go too.
And
I
I
perk
look at
up at
you and
that.
I'm like, exactly.
We
I'm not
both
opposed
get
to going
excited.
back down into
Talk to Devil. we're we're gonna go
What?
to the yawning portal, and I'm gonna sit down at the table and talk to Davil, and I'm gonna hear everyone scream, and I turn and look behind me as Bert swan dives into the portal. Talk to
Shit.
Davil about the Dreadlord and Taga's whereabouts. Okay.
Thanks for putting this into general, by the way. I appreciate that. It saves
Yeah.
me from having to write it down.
Yes, exactly. Anything else? What else is going on? We got the orc invasion. The black staff is missing. We still have these evil cults in town, but like I said, I feel like the more we draw attention to the surprising awful in the nobility, the more we'll tear our own city apart when it needs to stand strong.
Yes.
During this orc invasion, at least. Maybe we can do something about that a little later on.
Internally, Bart is like, how many more families am I going to have to destroy?
Oh, God. Well, you've only destroyed one family and you've murdered 4 dwarves, so.
Well, I mean,
You don't know about that.
I don't remember. Wait, dwarves? What?
You don't know about
what about
either of
doors?
those, actually.
What about screaming dwarves?
Yeah, that's fair. The only person that knows about any of that now is Bart and
Yeah.
kinda Halaster.
Yeah.
So yeah, internally I'm just cringing because I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, please don't bring me back into that mess. Not again.
So yeah, and then so Bart's just tapping his book. What about personal things? I know personally I have to attend my brain wants to call her Darwina. I don't know why. The dwarven girl.
Dagna.
Dagna, not Dorwina. This is like the 5th time I've been like Dorbin, Dor. Yeah, Darwina.
So Bert needs to visit Darwin's dwarf.
Thorn Stone Shaft Hold.
Oh, fuck, I even typed Thornhold. Stone Shaft
Quick, edit
Hold.
that.
Every time it's gonna be Thorn. Stone Shaft.
I personally want to check in on our favorite ladies around the city, make sure that everything's going well, especially Enna. Her father passed. She's in charge of the Griffin Cavalry now. So I definitely want to check in on her before we head out to go anywhere.
Olivia Spart. Our favorite ladies?
Yeah. uh, personally, I meant Esvele and Enna.
Ah, Esvele. Gotcha. I figured you were dealing with the Bella Brantas, but I don't know much about Esvele.
Right.
How about you, Mortimer? Do you have any plans that you want to make? Any goals?
Not at the moment.
So for the record, I want to just express I just sent a message to Mel.
You're
I
so
am so
proud of
happy.
us.
I'm so happy. I really am. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Was you guys
Good.
would make some goals for yourselves rather than me having to
Kaizen's
kind
so
of
proud of
point you in
us.
the right direction. I am.
We learned how to play D&D finally. It's great. Only took 5 years. Right. Let's see. I actually had a to-do list. Let me see if we got through enough of that. Oh, I honestly would really like to look into the blurb about my family on that paper. That man, he's my uncle. He's missing in Undermountain currently, and if this is true, then good riddance to him. But I would like to find out if this is true, who those people are, and
I would just say that you would know anyone who has worked for House Amcathra in Amphale. There's got to be ledgers at the family ranch in Amphale.
oh, you mean oh wait, my ranch is still standing. Probably
Yeah,
we visited
yeah,
it. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Uh,
That's just what I was getting at. Is you know where to look for the information on who that might be.
find out who is the family my uncle butt fucked. uh, okay. Anything else? Anything else coming to mind?
Hmm.
You had a quest thing in here for us at one point, right?
I do. Let
I
me.
just want to
Oh gosh, where'd it
peruse
go?
that for
See what's
ideas.
there.
Kai, where is it? Oh, here
It's
it is.
showing
Here
up
it
on
is.
my screen. Quest tracker.
Yeah.
How do I bring that
I
up?
can I open that for everybody, or is it?
I
I don't
think
know.
so, or else we have to do it ourselves.
I don't see a way for me to open it for everybody, but I do currently have it open. It's the ribbon tag. It's underneath the.
Yeah, ribbon and then the 3 check marks or the little scroll icon.
Oh, okay.
Ribbon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah. Visit the temple, Thornhold, and the rogue's gambit. Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll fill those in between sessions. So those that you put in the chat there.
Letter for letter.
Please.
No, it would drive me crazy. No.
Retrieve Blackstagafka.
Yes.
All right.
Talk to the Lord's aliens.
You saw it in a shaft.
Oh, God. Find out who is the family my uncle butt fucked. Oh, wow. Okay. Whew. So, yeah, I think we got a pretty comprehensive list here.
So unless anybody has anything else, I'm going to wrap it up for the day, and
Yeah,
we'll give
okay.
everybody a long rest.
All right, let's
Um,
sleep on it, folks, and we'll see how we feel
So,
in the morning.
like I said, go ahead and everybody give yourself a long rest.
All
And
right.
I let the music run out here. I'm sorry about that. I
How
didn't even
dare
notice.
you?
I didn't even notice. I'm sorry.
Means you're
So
having fun.
before I go to sleep for the night, I am gonna head back out.
All right. Where are you
Go
going?
murder a family.
Yep. Well, start preparations for murder.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
God.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna head to the Margaster Villa.
All right.
Talk to Dabble about the
So-
Dread Lord.
This is again. It's a beautiful state here that when you approach, and it doesn't work this way for anybody that's not a Margaster, but when you approach, the gates open automatically. You're greeted by your father's hounds. You go up the steps and into the villa. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm looking for Malfier.
He's not hard to find. It's approaching. So it's after like the evening meal. So he's in his study. When you come in, he's stands up, puts his book to the side, and says, "Bartholomew, what are you doing here?"
I wanted to discuss some things with you.
Certainly. Have a seat.
I'll sit down.
A goblin girl gave me a note.
There's a decanter of wine on like a sidebar that he'll go over and he'll pour himself a glass and offer to you.
I'll have some.
Pours one for himself. Says, so what's this? What's this about?
I was wondering if you've made any more progress into becoming one of the Masked Lords.
I have spoken to some people.
What the fuck?
And I just stare at him. Just haven't said anything else. I'm just waiting.
The initial offer came from the Zentarum, and
Right.
turning them down has made it difficult.
What if I... No. Do you have any other knowledge of any of the other Masked Lords?
No, I'm afraid not.
What if I told you I might know who one of them are?
Don't ask me any questions. I'd have to lie to answer.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and he says,
Unlike you, I can lie.
I'm trying to quit.
"Who?
He says what? Sorry.
Who and how do you know?"
Well, honestly, I got it in a note, anonymously. I'm not really sure, but... Yeah. I don't know how trustworthy it is, but... the circumstances don't surprise me.
So who is it?
You want to know?
Everybody wants to know who the Masked Lords are.
Well... I do believe that Jelen Ermbrusk is one of the Masked Lords. And she's tied in deeply with the Zentarum.
Why am I not surprised?
Exactly.
How deeply?
Apparently, her money-lending businesses have fallen short, and so now she's been bailed out by the Zentarum.
That sounds about right. Well, interesting.
Yes. So I was curious if that will assist you in any way.
Might free up.
Not as a character, as a player. Did I tell Malfear about Victoro?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't.
Victoro, your cousin that you shipped out?
No, Victoro was the Castellanter head. He was a masked lord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's. Actually, wait. Hang on. I don't know that you would have told him, but it would have been common knowledge. It would have been reported when he died. Is when one of the masked lords dies, that information comes out.
Gotcha.
So he would know. He wouldn't necessarily know that. Like, he doesn't know that they were behind the cult of Asmodeus necessarily.
All right. Well, I give him that information. I finish my drink, and I kind of give him the somber look, and I'm like, you know, now that I'm trying to assist the family, is there anything you want to tell me, Father?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because of the reason you stated.
There we go. I was like, I can do this.
Sweet persuasion music.
Not the most persuasive individual.
Daddy Dearest don't give a fuck?
No, he doesn't.
What kind of... What do you mean exactly?
Well, anything that will assist me in helping you, or anything you may want to tell me between us? To be rather frank, Father, I haven't always had the highest opinion of you. And
Oh, I know. I know.
it wouldn't be surprising to find you had more skeletons than I imagined.
I certainly hope not. I went through my own necromancy phase, but I moved past that. So one
That
of
is
the few
not
times you've
what
heard
I
him.
meant.
One of the few times you've heard him crack a joke. It's just. I've only ever done what I believe is best for this family.
I don't doubt that.
And I know you'll do the same.
Indeed. Well, Father, I felt that might be relevant information for you. You have a good evening, and I'll place the cup on his desk.
I do have one question for you. When was the last time you spoke to your sister?
Shortly before I left Undermountain. Why?
It's been, what, 3 months?
Has it been that long?
It has.
Damn.
Almost 4. Almost 4.
Since we came out of Undermountain?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah,
Why do you
because we
ask?
went to Neverwinter and we went to that Lord's Alliance outpost.
Trained with the Griffin
Right.
Cavalry for almost a month.
Right.
You guys
Oh,
did
right.
downtime. Yeah, you guys have done quite a bit. Because, you haven't heard from her since you came back?
No, it's been 3-4 months now. Why? What's her name? Amalia?
Remora.
No,
Amalia is a
Remora.
different. Amalia is Todring's mother,
That sounds right.
I think. He says, "No, I haven't heard from her. Just thought you might have.
Well, we may be going back down to Undermountain sometime in the near future, so I'll see what I can find.
Alright, well, your mother's worried about her, and you can tell when he says that, he's like, so am I.
Well, she did get me out of a rocky situation, so I'll check up on her. Thank you, Father.
Alright. You have a good evening.
You as well. And I will head back to the inn.
So, I'm gonna call for, say, a 5-minute break here, and let
Awesome.
everybody take a walk, or, you know, shake
Take
up,
a walk, everybody.
you know,
Off a short plank.
Yeah,
if you gotta,
long
if
walk
you gotta
up a
take a
short
leak,
cliff.
or if you gotta take a leak or grab a snack or whatever, go ahead and do that now.
Perfect.
And back here in 5.
Sounds good.
Oh, man.
So Drax, sounds like you're going to the Zotos after this also?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, the hell? I can't say I'm excited to watch Frozen, though.
Everybody I talked to says it's really good.
I don't like animated movies.
What? Really?
I don't find them entertaining.
Oh.
Especially not, like, child ones.
Well, that's the thing, is everybody that I've talked to about it, they didn't seem like people that would enjoy a kid's animated movie. And they were like, no, Frozen was really good. I think we might be surprised.
Well, I can almost guarantee I'm not going to stay for the second one.
That's fair, and I wouldn't blame you at all.
So, but I haven't seen them in a while, so I figured.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It gonna be alright.
So I don't know about you, but every time, like, I bought some stuff for sex toys, and holy crap, do they get aggressive with their emails?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
once,
I
you're
get
gonna want
one
'em back
every
daily.
day.
Jesus.
Every day. I'm just like, God, I don't need anything else.
I don't remember if the company I bought mine from said anything afterwards. If they did, I'd block them immediately. Honestly, don't remember.
Yeah, I was like, man, how many freaking dildos does a man need? And then I remembered that I'm married to one who's got so many.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it was so crazy. It's got everyone named and everything.
Well, that's the name of them.
Oh, that's literally the company name, the product name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But still, he like knew them and.
Yep, yep. Where he'll reference them by name, and I'm like,
That's the
I don't know what you're
black
talking
one
about.
shaped like a 400% banana, right? or whatever.
I don't know. That's my point. Where he'll bring it up, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, Chance.
Jesus.
I don't know what that is, babe. He's like, oh, it's the horse. I'm like, oh.
Nice.
Okay, well, I don't know them by name, so
I did sign up for a BDSM website a while ago and still haven't blocked their emails, and they are at least every 3 days, sometimes 1 or 2 days. Where, yeah, it's just constantly, hey, this person, blah blah blah, but there's a pay gate that I didn't know about when I first signed up, and everything they email you about is behind the paywall. I'm like, I don't need that.
yeah,
don't know.
I get an email from Oxballs every day.
Box balls.
Every fucking day.
Oh man. What's that dish called? Bull testicles?
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters. That would be a great name for a sex toy shop.
Wow, that was something to come back to.
Well, exactly.
Missed chance. So.
Would you like to sign up for our Rocky Mountain oysters email list?
What is that?
It's just an idea at this point, but we're looking for.
Oop, you cut out.
Oh, I said it's just
Daily
an
sex
idea
toy
at this
advice.
point, but we're looking for early interest. We're looking for investors. It's a sex toy shop.
Nice.
We serve dinner? I don't know.
Wow.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and give everyone a... Uh-oh. I have lost connection to the server.
Shite.
I see Todrin missing, but I see Kason.
I'm refreshing. Mm-mm.
What's weird is anytime Drax refreshes, he immediately disappears and comes back. And I didn't see any movement on you. I will try refreshing myself.
F5. Bam.
It's going slow. There it goes.
I'm not getting any progress at all.
Staring at a white screen myself.
I've got the background. I got the icon.
It looks like it's trying to come back on now. At the very least, I've got a loading screen now. Glad I called a break when I did and we weren't in the middle of something. Wait, am I here?
I hear you.
Okay,
No.
cool.
I mean, yes.
It was just silent and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, I've got movement.
Yeah, I think it's coming back for me too. slowly.
Yeah, super slow. What? Excuse me. Sorry.
No.
No.
No, I'm not going to excuse you.
Fuck. What now? I'm reported.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see the gray gradient and the anvil up top left, and that's all I've got so far.
Okay, I've got the Dungeon of the Mad Mage background now, at least. So it's being slow, but it is coming back
Super
bit by
slow.
bit. Maybe it'll clear up here before we have a.
If I pull up speed test and run a quick test.
I don't think it's on your end.
I know, I just wanted
Just
to...
heads up, it's being looked at. Hello. Just
Hi.
heads up, it's being looked into now, and whether it's a hiccup or a major outage going on. Actually, ongoing problem. I think it meant ongoing.
Hey, I typed that
We'll
message.
make an announcement if it's more than just a hiccup. And that was from 30 seconds ago.
Wow,
Cool.
they're quick. Yeah, I'm at 92.
Is that on their Discord?
Yeah, Ford Sport Discord. A bunch of people interrupted the games coming back up. Oof. The server's having problems.
Somebody roll divine intervention.
Right?
By the way, guess what I ordered
What'd you get?
Friday?
What's that?
The adventure or the Quest Sprout plushie.
Oh, right. Cool.
Quest Sprout?
A what?
It's
This
that
little guy.
that little guy.
The little guy.
From the Sword comics.
Sword comics?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Sounds like I should be.
We post them from time to time, along with a couple others that just when I find them on Reddit or something. Kai usually posts that one. I post a different one.
There's a bunch of them. I'm cursed by the long sword of longer longing.
Oh, I've got action.
I got music. I got loading.
You got more than I do then. I'm surprised there's nothing on their Discord about it.
I found this crusty old sword. Can you help clean it up? Sure. Sort of diarrhea.
Okay.
You can keep it.
Yikes.
Now I'm getting movement here.
Hey! I still don't have music, but oh, yep, now I got music. The sight of a sword sitting in a throne is strangely disturbing. So anyway, I'm king now. Where to now, blade of raging fire? Somewhere flammable. Oh, you always say that.
I was getting movement.
I appear to be fully logged in.
Yeah, I've got everything.
Don't
So-
see Case in at all, though.
Yeah, I'm at uncommon.forge-btt, and I have hit refresh twice, and it just comes to
Do you /game at the end?
it's doing something. Anywho, if you have not already, if you're able to, go ahead and give yourselves a long rest.
Will do. The longest rest is new day.
Oof, worked.
Yes, it would be a new day.
Is new day.
All right, I'm coming in. It's just being really, really, really slow. So while it's loading for me, what do you guys want to do the next morning? Assuming we're able to continue.
Eat some breakfast. And while that's happening, discuss what we think we should do. So, y'all, barring any investigations, are there any investigations we can do on that list while we're
Actually,
in
I'll tell you
the
what.
inn?
While it's on my mind, I will say there are a number of headlines that appear in the papers the next morning. I'll say over the next couple of mornings rather than just the next morning, but since I've got them here and this is important information. I'm going to post these to... Well, I guess I could put them in general and handouts. The first one reads, experts say the Orcs' aerial raid on Waterdeep and destruction of Blackstaff Tower is unprecedented, and the Orc horde may represent an existential threat to the city. Waterdeepian nobility are demanding swift retribution, which led to the passing of a new lance tax last night.
Hell.
What is a lance tax?
Give me one moment.
Taxes on lances.
Second one reads, was the Black Viper's robbery of the palace a distraction for the Orcs' assassination attempt on the Open Lord? Some nobility believe the infamous burglar may in fact be spying for Waterdeep's enemies, and that no one else could have disabled the wards protecting Blackstaff Tower. And the third one will expand on the question
What is this, Fox
that was
News?
just asked.
Jesus.
So, Masked Lords passed two new taxes in the wake of Orc Horde's attack on Waterdeep. The first is a fire tax to cover the damage. This is actually, Esvalay told you they would do this.
I know, I'm
Uh,
very pissed right now.
Fire tax to cover the damage caused by the fires that damaged an estimated 80% of the field ward. The second is a lance tax to pay for mercenaries such as the Zentarum to supplement the Lord's Alliance forces waging war against the Black Skull Orc Horde, as well as aiding the city guard by manning the city's outer troll walls. Fire tax will be 1 gold dragon per household to be collected at the end of the month. The lance tax will be a single silver shard each 10 day until the Masked Lords repeal the tax when the war is over.
Holy shit.
Wow, this is... They really think people have more to give at a time like this?
And the last one reads, sources say that Lord Garnt Bellabranta, who died bravely leading Griffin cavalry against the Orc Horde's aerial raiders, may have been killed by a vampire. House Bellabranta and the Lords of Waterdeep dismiss the claim and point towards multiple giant bats that were struck down during the fighting as evidence to the contrary. Despite the dismissal, sources who wish to remain anonymous claim that House Bellabranta has taken a number of precautions. And I am finally back in. All right, cool.
Yay!
Welcome back.
I'm glad I did the headlines now, because that was killed enough time to get me in. All right.
I point at that last one and I'd say, see, Bert, this is why you don't run your mouth.
What?
Got everyone thinking it was a vampire.
Who does?
Did you not read this paper?
I mean, who... I got everyone thinking it was a vampire?
I was Mortimer that was running his mouth.
Did I say Mert? I meant to say Mort. Y'all's names end the same. You can't blame me.
Actions have no consequences.
Bart and Mortimer. Bartholomew and Mortimer. Nope.
Bart
Think you're wrong.
and Mort. Bert
All right.
and Mort.
Well, if you could get my name right, it wouldn't be a problem.
Where would be the fun in that?
Lugnut would like to thank you for that.
Correction.
No one asked you, Ludwig. Listen here, you earworm. Mort.
Yes.
Good morning.
Is it? I mean, I suppose it is. Maybe we're awake, reading. That's good.
It's morning at least. We got that going for us. Listen, Bert. Who makes the decisions on starting new taxes?
That would be the council.
The Council
Masked
of
Lords,
Masked Lords?
Yeah.
So they got together between yesterday and today.
So this would have been the better part of 3 or 4 days. I just did that because I was down and wanted to fill time with nothing other than dead air.
Okay. Right, that makes more sense. Okay, so they got together, they fucking passed these new taxes.
I'll tell you what, for the sake of this, you guys have spent the last couple of days helping out at Blackstaff Tower. So, say 4 days have passed since Blackstaff Tower fell. You guys have been helping out there. You've had time to learn those spells and, that kind of thing. Does that sound fair?
Yes, except if that much time has passed, Todd would have made a point to seek out Esvalay.
Sure.
At some point during that.
All right. What for? What do you want to talk to her about? She's in and out of the tavern. She's not hard to find.
Right. So I'll find some spare time to take her aside and have a one-on-one. And you know what? I'll actually take her out on a date. One of these nights. We'll go to the Yawning Portal, get some dinner, and then...
Aren't the fires in the field ward beautiful?
Right, actually, you say that, but I do suggest to her that after dinner we go walk through the field ward and kind of get an idea of what's going on.
All right. So, nice dinner. You ordered the wine and pheasant or whatever, something nice.
Also, real
after
quick,
that,
Jason.
Sure.
If it's been 4 days, I will have transcribed and learned those spells. So
yeah,
I'll do that.
All right, no problem.
Continue. Sorry.
No problem. Uh, what do you want to do in the field ward? Because when you go through, most of the fires are out by this point. They've been put out by the mages of the uh, Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors. I didn't have to look it up.
Nice.
It's a mouthful. But yeah, they've put out most of the fires. There's still some like smoldering, that kind of stuff. But most of the people are out of here. There are a few people that are kind of hanging around because they don't have anywhere else to go. A couple of stray animals that are running around. It's a mess. It's
Just a charred
this
wasteland.
this was already a shitty part of town, and now it's like just trashed. It's like I said, 80% burned. It's mostly gone.
Okay. So just keep an eye out for a moment where we can have a chat that's pretty private out there in the wastelands.
Okay.
And I just gotta refresh my brain on what I wanted to say here. Right. So, listen, what you told me, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I know that you came to me looking for help, for someone that can help you at least not be alone in all this, which I understand. But you know what I am. You know I'm a paladin. That is who I am. I've struggled with it here and there, but that's me. That's who I am. That's what I do. And that comes with an oath. I know you may not be familiar with exactly what that means, but it puts demands of morality on me that I have to uphold. So, you once told me that you always get what you want in the end. You remember that?
I do.
If I am going to figure out a way to work with you on this that doesn't end up with a conflict that neither of us want, we have to want the same thing. You follow?
Yeah.
So, from here on out from this, I need you to want to make the best of this, to make good things happen. No more doing this because it's fun or because you're good at it. The theft by itself, I can't defend. But the monstrosities that you've uncovered, we can really do something about that. And especially, I just around at the wasteland. You nailed it right on the head. We were both in that vault. We saw how much gold is in there. And they want to throw that money in a hole and forget about it while they charge these starving, helpless people to defend their own lives. There's a lot that's wrong with that. In much bigger ways than anything I could point a finger at you at.
My point exactly.
So give me your hand. I reach out.
She'll take your hand.
And I slap the back of her wrist. And I say, "Bad Esvale, no more."
Ow! There's kind of a grin. She's like...
Now that that's over and handled, moving forward, we're going to make a difference.
Wow.
Here. We're going to make this count.
Wow.
We're going to make the most out of this. Shut up, Bert.
You learned that one from Lorelei.
Super glad that I'm not there.
Wait, I learned what from Lorelei?
I'm kidding.
Right, so that being said, I have taken steps to diffuse what's the word I'm looking for? Is diffuse the word? Not remove the threat, but to disseminate some of the key information that you gave me in ways that can't really be tracked. They can't be tracked back to you. They came from me, if anything.
I do want to I do want to clarify one thing. I don't want to bring down the nobility. It's not
Right.
that.
No, of course. There is a lot of good that goes on too, but there are things we can help with.
Yeah, exactly.
You gave me a handy list of those things. So, there was something else I was gonna say, but I forgot. So I disseminated some of the information, and I'm looking into a way to get this gold into the hands of people to help with these ridiculous taxes. Did you have any? I know you gave it to me because you didn't know what to do, but have you come up with any ideas on that front? I was thinking if we remove the labels from the bars, I can make donations to temples under the table.
Well, there's a dozen temples in the city. We could drop a couple of gold bars here, a couple of there.
Right.
You guys are thinking about robbing the city.
What?
That's ballsy moves.
We're not robbing the city. The city's already been robbed.
She stole all the gold?
Yeah.
Not all of it. She stole a small portion that was in the vault. There was a ton in the vault. Like you guys got from the horde of the dragon heist. There was 500,000 in there. She stole 2,500. Or no, was it 25,000? It's 25,000. There was 500,000 that you guys got just from Dragon Heist. There's millions of gold pieces in that vault.
And that's actually a really good point. We, as the Uncommon, could bring up, hey, city, how about all that gold we got from the Dragon Horde? How about you use that instead of taking money from the starving people to defend the city? But anyway, sidebar. Drax, specifically what Todd's talking about is the bag of holding she gave me with fucking...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I believe it's 25,000 gold pieces worth of gold bars.
Yeah, so 250 gold bars that are marked with the city wanted. So that's specifically what I'm talking about. So, yeah.
And that's why you're looking for gold melting stuff.
Yep, gotta remove those marks before I send them somewhere. So that's in the process. We would have to pick carefully on the temples, and hell, you could drop it off stealthily overnight. I have it on good authority. You're good at that kind of thing.
You're so happy. Look at you.
Sorry, that made me grin.
The timing was just
that was perfect timing.
You're so good at that, Esvilla. Yes, you are. You're
No,
so happy you
sorry.
get to break into temple, aren't you?
Fox came in here and started rubbing up against me.
It was perfect timing. I love
I'm
it.
petting him, and he's got this big grin on his face.
Awesome.
His tail's
But
going.
yeah, she says,
Oh yes. Look at
I
you.
can-
Why
I
is your
can do
tail
that,
wet?
sure.
Correct.
Oh no.
We're trying to do a scene here.
But yeah, she says, I can do that. Sure.
Right, okay, so I just need to nail down my process on removing that mark, and then we can do that. That sounds good. In the meantime, my group and I were kicking around a couple ideas of things we can do so we're not being just reactive to all the crap going on around here. If we were to leave the city to accomplish some goals, how would you feel about coming with us?
I guess I could.
Specifically, and I wouldn't let this go around at all, but we happen to know for a fact that the leader of the orcs made off with the Black Staff itself.
What?
Yeah.
That's not being reported in the newspapers.
No, of course not. Yeah.
No, it would cause panic. That's like the American people. It's just like, by the way, terrorists have stolen several nuclear devices.
Yeah.
Shite.
Wait, they have it?
Yeah, they have it. And we're kicking around the idea of making ourselves available to go and retrieve that. And I think your skill set would come super handy
Count me in, sure.
Excellent. And I'll kiss her hand where I slapped it. In other news,
Valet.
we do have a few personal errands to make around the vicinity, but I personally believe that's where we're gonna end up going. So, is there some way I can contact you quickly if we're gonna be heading out?
I mean, I do have a sending stone that I borrowed.
Right.
I mean, it was just sitting in a box. They weren't using it.
Uh-huh. Well, how about you let me hold on to that till we leave town, and I'll give it back after.
All
We
right.
do have a 4th earring.
Oh shit, we do?
That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
I
You do.
totally would have stole that from you before I left. If I
Stole
knew
that
about it.
from me?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
Whoa, hold on. Did Todd know you have it? And if he did, he would have
Yes,
asked politely.
he would
Yeah,
have known.
Todd would know. And if
Okay.
you ask him about it, he'll ask you why.
I think I have an idea for a 4th party member for us if we do decide to go after the Blackstaff.
And who would that be?
Esfalay.
You would know that she almost went with you guys into Undermountain.
She can handle herself. I think she'd be super handy.
All right, I suppose that's fine, and I'll give you the 4th ring.
Perfect.
Earring.
So flash forward.
Yeah.
So why don't you hold on to that sending stone and instead put this lovely little bauble in your ear?
I will point out that the earrings have 1,000 feet. It may not be that far. They have a limit on them. I forget exactly what it is.
I have to find them in my huge
Let me see here.
list.
It's the message spell, so
That's not very far.
no, it's not.
Across time and space.
Message?
Message.
Messilocate.
120 feet.
Yeah. Oh god, it's a lot shorter than I thought it was. But yeah,
That's super short.
Okay, so first off, here's this earring. It can let you talk to me and the rest of the uncommon within 120 feet or so. But until then, the sending stone has a much longer range, right?
basically the world.
Right. Okay, so yeah, if you wouldn't mind letting me hold on to that, that way I can let you know when we're headed out and you can meet us.
All right. You should now have a sending stone in your inventory.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Didn't we get some sending stones from somewhere?
I don't think so.
Doesn't ring the bell for me, man.
Do any of you have one? You may. I don't know. I don't think so.
Sending.
I feel like we had one or some at some point.
Wait, they come in pairs. While you
They
touch
do.
one stone, so she has.
Yeah, I think we got one from somebody so we could relay information.
Oh, I remember what it was. You guys had one briefly that actually belonged to Vajra, and it was given to
Right.
Inna.
Bella Branta. Yep.
Inna had it. You guys used it. You didn't have it. Inna had it, and it would
Right.
have been returned to Vajra. So somewhere buried in that tower is a sending stone, or two, depends on whether the other one was given to someone or not.
So, Esvale has one walkie-talkie, basically.
Well, she had the pair. She had
Oh, I see.
stolen from someone, and she was just giving you one of them.
Gotcha. Okay, that works. We're just in a box, Avery, isn't it? I pick up her wrist and slap it again. Right. Okay, so
She's. Thank you for this. Really.
listen, it can't have been easy what you've been going through. I understand, and I'm happy to help. I really am. So anyway, let's continue our lovely tour here as I step on some smoldering wood.
So,
So anyway, we fast forward to breakfast.
I will go ahead and cover the details for Blackstaff Tower just to get
Okay.
this out of the way. Basically, in the end, once the Masons Guild and everyone have done everything that needs to be done, you guys have helped out some. Vajra Safar's body is found among the dead. The black staff itself is nowhere to be found. There are about 20 apprentices from Black Staff Academy that are found dead. It was a slaughterhouse inside. There were 4 survivors. Gilvarel Felon, one of the apprentices, Balthazar, Jehanine, and Minartis, who was a moon elf apprentice. They all say the same thing, that they saw orcs. Orcs were casting spells, and that Vajra saved their lives. They found another dead orc in the rubble, but most of the bodies that they recovered were so badly crushed by the debris that Speak with Dead spells weren't possible for most of the dead bodies. The witnesses say that they all, the golems, there were 3 golems. They were rampaging throughout the place. Somehow the orcs managed to subvert them and were using them against Blackstaff Tower. Several of the survivors heard the name Lugnak. The orcs were wielding blades, bows, and magic. Let's see here. With Vajra Safar dead and the Blackstaff missing, for the time being, Force Grey will answer directly to the Lord's Council until the Blackstaff has been recovered and an heir named. So, for now, the Masked Lords are in control of Force Grey. And that's going to be about it for that.
A quick player question.
Sure.
So there's Masked Lords, there's the Open Lord. Is the
Right.
Open Lord like a checks and balances kind of thing?
So,
because I'm getting the sense that like
she's more of a
this is
figurehead. She's more of a figurehead. She gets like a tie vote or a tiebreaker vote. The Masked Lords though are the government. They are the ones that are the ones making the laws. They're the ones in charge. She's more of like a face to the people of the city. But Lady Silverhand herself doesn't have the power. She's not like the president.
Right. It feels like it's a coup sort of thing, but from the people that are already in power. So a little confusing.
I did kind of for a second think about that too when they got control of the Force Grey, but
Right, yeah, and then all the other like the extra taxes and all that stuff. So I don't know.
yeah, but I mean the taxes, really, I think anything that goes wrong, it seems like they take the excuse to do that. I don't feel like that's specific to this. But the Force Grey thing, that's not nothing. That's definitely something to keep an eye on. Especially if fucking Malfear becomes a fuck. My initial fear when you said an heir needed to be named, I was like, what if Margaster gets the fucking Blackstaff? No, nope, not letting that happen.
The whole party's like, no, and I'm just like, awesome.
Yeah, nope, that would not happen. Nope.
You don't have much of a say in it.
I have a card I could play.
Oh, okay. I mean, you wouldn't know. Oh, to becoming the Blackstaff. Never mind. Wasn't
Yeah, if he
paying
became the
attention.
Blackstaff, we're Force Grey, we would know.
He doesn't want to be Blackstaff, so
Well, good.
he wants to be a Masked Lord. There's much more power there.
Right. Well.
I, on the other hand.
Oh, God. Bartholomew Blackstaff. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's badass right there.
It wouldn't work for the party, though.
I don't know. We could work with that.
Well, the Blackstaff can't really leave Waterdeep.
Good.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to.
I mean, Kelvin Blackstaff, the guy who created the Blackstaff, he was an adventurer. He did all sorts of crazy shit in and around the city, for the city mostly. But
I guess I'm wrong.
There you go.
That feels wrong.
But yeah, any other questions about anything that I said, or any of the newspaper stuff, or anything else about Esvalet, or?
Not yet.
Hmm.
Not yet. So, I think we're good to pick up where we left off on morning of the 4th day, reading breakfast, and... So, you two, we've got our list of goals here. I personally still need to check on Anna. I spent some time with Esvalet. And then Bert needs to visit Dagna at Thornhold. I feel like we can do that on the way out of town. So is there anything else y'all need to accomplish before we... Well, hold on. I guess I need to back up. How do y'all feel about us headed out to the Lord's Alliance to Bert's uncle and getting on the path of the Blackstaff?
I mean, I feel the Blackstaff is kind of number one.
Indeed.
Whatever leads to that, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, I would have to agree. Maybe while I talk to Anna... Well, who would be best to talk to Davil? Bert, you think you and Mort could handle Davil, and I'll go check in on Anna?
We could do that.
All right, and then I guess we can meet at the gate and head out after that, huh?
Did you want to take the Griffins, or do you want to take horses?
Good point.
Are the Griffins an option?
Yeah, they're your Griffins. They're just at Peak Top Erie.
That'd be a lot faster, but where are we gonna stable up?
If
Stable them.
When we leave the Lord's Alliance command post in a way that wouldn't use Griffins, we could leave them there.
Well, and remember, if you leave them somewhere for more than 24 hours, they are trained to return to Peak Top Erie.
Right. Perfect. That's amazing. So maybe y'all can meet me at the Eyrie. Or I guess we could just do it all together. Let's go talk to Davil and then...
Alright.
Then head for the Eyrie. That's a great idea. I'll pull out my sending stone and tap it. Esvalet, if this thing is working, meet me at the Eyrie in 4 hours. We're gonna take off on Griffins.
I'll be there.
Todd puts away the stone and mumbles that she had a lot more words she could have used than that, but okay. Okay.
God, my uncle, every time he responds to a text, it's like he'll respond 4 days late and it'll just be okay.
Oh, God.
All right, so, let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on the thing here. I hope you all have vision in here. You should. If you don't, let me know.
I do.
All right. So yeah,
I can see.
Taga is not here. Sorry about that. Anyone else I'm missing that's not here? I think that's all of them. All right. So currently, you do see when you come in, standing behind the bar, and there are other patrons that are here at the bar. I'm not going to put them all on here because I don't want to clog up the grid here. But Durnan, standing behind the bar, gestures to you guys when you walk in, just gives you a wave as you come in. You see Davil is currently talking to a woman that is wearing black armor, and she has a halberd that is kind of leaned against the table there. To his right is Istrid Horn, the treasury person for the Zentarum. And aside from that, there's just the whole place is packed with people. And I should also different music. There we go. So, what do you want to do?
Head on over to the table.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Starsong.
I take a moment of sadness to appreciate the generic bard on the stage.
Poor Three Strings is no longer here. So he kind of looks to the woman across from him and says, it's been a pleasure, but I'd like to speak to my friends here if that's alright with you. And she kind of glances up at the three of you, and she just nods her head, takes her things, stands up, and heads out.
Howdy, Todrin. I'm Catherine. Nice to meet you.
She just kind of glances to him and then to you, puts her black gloved gauntlet out to you and says, Amath Sercent.
Sercent. I can't say I've seen or heard of you before. What's your deal?
And she looks back to Dabble again, and he just kind of gives her like a it's fine kind of look. She says, I'm a knight.
A knight. Nice. Which deity?
Bane. And roll a religion check if you don't already know who that is.
I do not.
You do. They were the what are they called? The three deities of torture, death, and suffering.
What?
Yeah. Bane is the Faerunian god
right.
of tyranny, oppression, terror, and hate.
Jesus Christ. So my hand kind of yanks back from hers.
And I apologize. She's not a knight. She's a cleric. My mistake. I was thinking of someone else.
Oh, a cleric. I'm like, oh, cool. A cleric for who? Death and destruction. Oh, all right.
Well, more tyranny and oppression, but yes.
Potato. Right. Okay.
And she's not. There's no hesitation about it at all. She's proud of it.
Yeah, of course. But Todd, being who he is, he's taken aback and kind of takes another look at her. Remember who she is. Just watch yourself out there, huh?
You too. And as she walks by, she smacks your ass.
I growl.
I just look at you. You up for some oppression, Todrin?
Bert, I have nothing to say to you right now. Nice. Devil, what the absolute hells was that?
It's Amath Sercent. She's one of the Dreadlord's people.
That is rather timely, actually.
How is the Dreadlord down there with his undead beholder?
I actually don't know. I haven't spoken to him personally. He's down there doing
Dreadful stuff?
actually
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
probably, yeah. Apparently he's having quite the throwdown with Alastair.
Oh, he'll have a run for his money, that guy. And I just kind of close my fist and look at my palm. Just doing like the clenching and opening. Quite the mage.
So I've heard. What brings you all to my little table here?
I'll grab one of the table. Wow. One of the chairs and spin
Starts
it
grabbing
around.
everything.
I just touch everything. I grab a chair, spin it around, and sit on it backwards, leaning on the table. We made a new friend. Know anybody named Oliver?
I do.
Yeah, we had a bit
Irritating
of
fuck.
Yeah, he's a right little bastard, ain't he?
A little bit, yeah.
So you already know what we talked to him about then.
Kind of looks around the room and says, "Come with me." And he walks up to the bar. He doesn't not up to the bar, but he calls back to to Durnan rather. He says, "Can we borrow the back room?" Durnan kind of nods and tosses him key. And
So we're walking back there. I'm just like, I chuckle nervously. We're not walking into an ambush or anything, are we?
Do you guys follow him back there?
Yeah.
Okay. We do need to be more careful about heading into private areas, don't we?
Yeah. He says, "Don't worry, it's not a trap. It's just don't want to talk in public."
That's what you would say.
True.
As long as you don't give me a bag of gems to take to some shady fuck.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, less than awesome.
Sorry to hear that.
So
when he says that, there's no sign of actual sorry to hear that. It's just...
Yep. Good to not forget that Starsong's a bit of a bastard himself. Right. Well, as I said, are you up to date?
We've made contact. He spoke to myself. He spoke to Istrid. I don't know if he's spoken to Taga. She's down there. I know he's supposed to. But...
Right. So you are up to date then.
As far as I know, yeah.
The Dreadlord is not a
team player.
Not a team player, and he's not a recognized agent of the Zhentarim.
Yeah, I don't understand it though. If that's really the case, how's he pulled this off? Taking over my little group here. He's got a lot of sway somewhere, somehow.
Honestly, that's the scary part. We just thought we would touch base with you because obviously something that powerful and sinister right under the city doesn't bode well for anybody. What's your take on it? And I look at it
I think
very
the city's
closely.
I think the city's better off without the Xanathar Guild down there. I think we'd be better off if I were in charge around here, but it's not currently the case.
But the Dreadlord.
We're on cordial terms, I suppose. I don't speak to him often. I do what I do here, and occasionally get orders from them. But as far as I know, they're busy down in Skullport. Kind of gestures out the window. He says, aside from Amath, who is busy in the city somewhere.
Before we get to her, I just would like to point out that if somebody as high up in the organization as Oliver wants this guy gone, with the taciturn, I've lost my words, with the hesitant backing of the main Zentarum leadership that you have elsewhere that also don't recognize this person, it sounds to me like he's a problem that's going to be dealt with sooner or later. And if you were to be instrumental in that, I don't think it would be a stretch to say you would be put back in charge and then some.
Roll a persuasion check.
Have I not earned more inspiration before I roll this? No? Alright. I just felt the need to ask.
I am going to try to give it more often, though.
Can we give our inspiration to people?
You can, actually, yes.
I will donate mine to Todd.
Yay! He's a man, Kai. Oh! Okay.
Sorry to bring you down.
Look, he just says, look, I'm already doing everything I can. What more do you want from me?
Some decency, devil, damn it. I say with a chuckle.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm already talking to Oliver. I'm already doing everything I can down here, just to not get on his bad side and get vaporized or some shit.
I look at the other two to see if they have anything else to say.
When you look at me, I look back at him. Any word from Remora, Devil?
I haven't spoken to her recently. Last I heard, she was
She's
with Taga.
fine.
So far as I know, I'm not her sitter. Sorry.
Alright, well, tell us what you can about Little Miss Gloom and Doom back there.
Oh boy.
Wouldn't mind?
A math is a war priest, I suppose you might call it.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of shrugs. He says, I don't know. Not exactly on the friendliest of terms with her. It's a business relationship. We don't go out for drinks or anything like that.
Right. So, what is her mission up here? What's she doing?
So far as I know, she is... what would you call it? Trying to gain support, I suppose.
They sent more priest of oppression and torture to drum up the Zentarum's good name?
She can be very persuasive.
Interesting. Alright. Well, sounds like that's the extent of our questions here. Do you have anything for us?
Nothing comes to mind. He looks to you, Bart, and he says, do you want me to ask about Remora? Have her send you a message or something?
Would appreciate that.
Sure.
And Taga too, please. If she needs an excuse to come up to the surface, let her know we would enjoy her company at our tavern.
Some of us more than others.
Hey,
And I kind of elbow Todrin.
hey.
Some of
I'll
us
talk to
like
her.
that greenback.
Whoa! Whoa! Bert!
Todrin?
Are you just mad she didn't grab your ass?
Hey. I don't know if I swing at all.
Don't worry, we'll find you something to swing at here at some point, I'm sure.
Not worried
Well-
about it. It's hard to find time for what's the word? Dalliance. When I have so many
Ah.
books to read.
Right.
Well, if I happen to hear anything else, I'll let you know. Specifically about Remora or Taga. Nothing else really comes to mind. I mean, like I said, the only real news I know is that this Dreadlord and Halaster are not getting along down there. But
I'm
That's all.
surprised to say I'm not 100% on which horse to bet on in that race.
you know, it's interesting. I've heard a rumor. Somehow there's some history there. They know each other. I don't know.
What?
It's weird.
Hold
I
on.
don't know. It's just a rumor.
That's... What? That's not nothing. That sounds like something worth digging for.
Oh, might have to talk to Halaster about that. I don't know.
Might want to talk to Oliver about that. I don't know. I kind of give him a look, like...
Did I say Oliver?
You said Halaster.
So Dreadlord and Halaster know each other. Is what I was getting at.
And I'm saying that sounds like a pretty key
Okay.
element if we're trying to figure out who the hell the Dreadlord is.
Got it. All right.
Fair.
Cool. All right.
Alright, well, pleasure doing business with you as always, Devil. I'll reach out a hand.
He shakes your hand. Just don't be a stranger.
I don't know what else I'd want to be. I give him a grin.
It's funny, the relationship here is just like almost that, friendly, unfriendly kind of.
Yeah, love-hate. I
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot. I really do. I won't flip you off as I leave, I promise. I think it is my
Well.
turn.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, folks,
Alright.
to the Airy.
Yeah. They turn. They head out. He tosses Darn in the key on the way out. You guys head up to the mountain to Peak Top Erie. Emma's not hard to find. You find her up there. She is trying to keep herself busy and keep her mind off of, everything that's happened.
Right. Yeah, I give her a hug, check in on her, I notice that she's trying to stay busy and not get too bogged down on things, so other than a sympathetic look at the beginning, I make it business. How
Yeah.
are things at the Airy going? How are the Griffins? Are you doing scouting patrols? That kind of thing.
Yeah, we've been doing that. We need, actually, if you don't mind, you guys heading out on the Griffins? Would you mind doing this side trip for us?
Interesting.
It's just about a 3-hour flight out to the Zund Bridge.
We're listening.
What's going on
I-
at Sunbridge?
Just a daily check-in, that's all. Maybe you could send a sending spell or something, I don't know. But, we check in on the daily and just haven't done it yet.
Bert, you got
Since you guys are staying out.
sending doohickey yet?
I do.
Handy that. I look over at Anna. Get yourself a wizard as soon as you can.
Oh, we've got a couple. You should know, it's just they didn't check in, and now it's our turn to check in with them. Is all. So
Ah, I see.
If there's
Oh.
something wrong, do you want us to do something about it?
if there's something wrong, send us a message. But yeah, check it out if it's weird that they haven't checked in. That's all.
What are we talking about? It's just a watch brigade.
It's the bridge out, and I'm gonna pull up the map here just so I don't sound like a crazy person trying to explain this. And we'll probably. Kai, how are you on time?
Good for 15, 20 minutes more.
Okay, so right here, where the water, there's the road crosses the water here. There is a bridge that is called the Zund Bridge, Zundbridge, and it has a watchtower that watches over that bridge, and that's where she's talking about. It's not, but just it's actually it's probably less than a 3-hour flight. It's not very far from Waterdeep at all, and it's just their turn to check in.
That might be the most southern attack of the orcs, if that's what it is.
I was thinking a entry point for the sewers.
It's a lot of sewers, but yeah.
I'm actually
So-
down in my kitchen. I don't see the map.
So
is it, like, really far
the
away?
sewers don't go this far. It's
Oh,
it's too
okay.
far for the sewers to go. The sewers all let out into the harbor. Actually, this
It's all
is
in the same hex, though, so.
yeah. It is in the same hex, so it's not a very far trip for you guys at all. And she says we were just about to send a flight out to check on them, but if you guys could handle it since you're going out anyway, it'd be nice.
I think we can manage.
Indeed.
There is one more thing.
Have I
understand-
seen her since all of this happened?
In a no.
I'll put my hand on her shoulder and just my condolences.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
How is your sister doing?
She's good. She's working with the Order of the Gauntlet. She's all right.
Excellent. Well, if you need anything, I'm sure Todrin has already extended it, but we're here to help.
I have a question. While you're all here, I understand you were the ones that said there might have been a vampire attack at the Sarkrag, Fort Sarkrag.
Right.
I imagine when she says that, Todrin and I both just glare at Mortimer.
Yes, 100%.
No vampires.
Are you sure?
I mean, no, but as far as I know of, there weren't any vampires.
we
Exactly.
had very
Look.
little evidence to go on, and the bats answer all of that evidence.
Well, I just think you should know that if that's true, and I hope it is, when they found my father's body in the field ward, his he had been exsanguinated. There was no blood left.
Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry. Well,
Can I think of a reason for that? Besides vampirism?
The giant bats could do that if they're of a vampiric variety. It's possible, yeah. There are other creatures that drink blood. There are blood sacrifices. There's people. They find people that have been exsanguinated sometimes for like devil worship or demon worship to summon or what have you. So there's multiple reasons that you could find someone exsanguinated, but being that he was specifically attacked by a giant bat, it's a concern.
was it from the bite? From a bite?
It was.
Okay.
And we know he was attacked by a giant bat, and what happened to it, we don't know.
Right.
But we've taken precautions. He's been put under a gentle repose spell. He's to be buried and under watch so that something like that doesn't happen.
While we can't say there aren't any vampires, I mean, the orcs did have strong grounds in magic, so who knows what they're capable of.
honestly, at this point, any expectations we would have approached an orc horde with, we should probably throw out the window. We don't really know what they've been cooking up. This Ludwig is something else.
All right.
There's been far more magic using orc reports than or normally, right?
I've noticed that too. The orcs that attacked here and at the palace in particular, those casting the darkness spells, that's
Apparently, some of them counterspelled Vadra herself.
really?
Yes.
She's one of the most powerful mages in the city.
I only bring it up because that is very concerning.
And I'm gonna pull her close to me and cut my hands around her ears and whisper,
And then scream.
they they have the black staff.
That's not good.
I'll just whisper it to her and then I draw back.
Yeah, she just kind of.
I
You
thought
see her
should
eyes
know.
go wide.
Please don't let that get around, but you
Don't worry, I
should
won't tell
know
anyone.
in
Did you
your
tell her about the
position.
scourge of vampiric orcs?
No, but I'm sure that book that's not real is very good.
All right, I'll have your griffins brought out. She's trying not to think about vampires as much as she can.
Right? Jesus Christ.
So she has your griffins brought out, and you guys. Is there anything else you want to do before you take off?
Did Ezvole show up?
Yeah, Esvale. I'm sorry, I skipped my mind that she would.
She
be
probably
there.
walks in right as I'm like wrapped around Enna, whispering in her ear.
No. She's there. She talks to you guys, and she says, "So, who am I riding with?"
Who do you think, doll? Come on.
It's not that I might ride with Mort. Just
You
kidding.
wouldn't ride? You wouldn't mind?
I wouldn't.
She was just kidding. She doesn't want to ride with Mort.
I know.
So she
This
hops on the
beauty's
back of
name
Dauntless with you.
is Dauntless.
Yeah,
She's a beaut.
beautiful creature. All right. So with Esvale Rajnar in tow, the four of you take off into the skies. You head out towards a little to the southeast, towards the Dissaran River, where the
Grunge Bridge.
the high road crosses. And
We should probably stop there, right? When we get there.
I'm gonna go just a tiny,
Was that-
tiny bit further.
Okay.
As you, like I said, it's not a very long flight out there, and as you fly over, I need everybody to roll a perception check. I'm gonna push this right to 7.
18.
11.
Per what now?
All right. Well, let me see. What are the rolls?
I'm just like watching the sea.
right. Bart, you notice a couple of things as you're flying over. There is nobody to be seen,
Uh-oh.
and you see a hatch that is on the roof of a tower that is open, but you don't see anybody walking around.
I will tell the party.
I'm gonna
We
assume you're
are
gonna
awesome
use
little
the
rings. Yeah, because we.
yeah.
Don't, yeah.
So if we
Like-
were to drop onto the roof, can we like command our griffins to land?
So here's the thing. It's like a small. I don't want to say castle. It's more. There's about a 3-floor tower, and it's got a small wall around it. And there's like a stables area where they have their own griffins. This is, like I said, this is actually part of the Griffin Cavalry. Is this watch post?
Are there any signs of the griffins?
There is one other sign. The bridge is out. Bart.
Oh. Well, it appears there is nobody moving down there. I don't know if any of you can see that, but the bridge is also out.
I can't hear you, Bert. The wind's real loud.
I'm touching my ear. You can hear my voice in your head.
Oh, right. That's really handy. That.
Very.
So this is
remarkably handy.
This is basically like a 2-lane highway bridge that is completely from one end of the river to the other destroyed. All you see in the middle is the supports and like rubble that's in the water.
Right.
Cool. Well, I will begin sending that to Enna via sending spell, and then we'll decide how we want to handle this later.
See what she says to you.
All right. Yeah, I'll
Is there
just
any,
go ahead.
What's
any
what's the
sign
guy?
of like destruction or damage or anything other than the bridge?
I will say when you guys get in closer, when you get in closer, you can see that there's blood on the ground near the stables.
Shit. Lady
No,
love.
blood.
And the message you get back is from Inna. She says, "Can you guys check it out? Or should I send someone?"
Well, I wouldn't have sent the message for yet. It would have been, yeah, I would have told her that we're going to look into it.
Okay. And that is going to be where we're going to leave it off.
Wicked.
Ooh.
That was a lot of fun.
So I'm going to...
You're gonna...
I'm going to show you guys the map just super quick.
Oh, I just closed it.
Oh, well, that's okay.
This
Yeah.
is the place we're checking out.
This is the Zunbridge Watch Post.
It looks
looking
really
good.
great what I can see. Fuck
I'll see
yeah.
it next time.
This is exactly what I was imagining.
Anyway, guys,
like that,
I'm gonna
stone
go
texture.
spend a little time with Alex before he goes to work, and
Totally.
then
I hope you all had
I will
fun.
talk to you all
Enjoy
later.
Chance.
Hind, I will see you. Jeez, I'll see you when
Sorry.
I see you when I get there.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Ciao.
Super quick, I
Oh.
want to double check. 22nd is you're off for a birthday party, and so our next game will be the 5th.
Maybe I'll see where I'm at with my IRL party, and we'll go from there.
All right. I'll
Okay.
pin it in as the 5th, and we'll see how things go. So, okay.
All right. So yeah, the
Enjoy
22nd,
your movies.
I'll be out. For
I'm
sure.
Alright.
usually off Sundays as well. Are you guys?
Oh yeah, you have Sundays off now.
Yeah, during this bit I have Sundays off, so.
I'll leave that up to you guys if that's something y'all want to do.
Kai, are you off
No,
on
wait,
Sundays?
Kai, you've got.
I have guitar practice
Right.
anywhere between like 3:30 and 5:30. I'm the last
okay.
one in a row, so anytime anyone else goes late, mine gets pushed back. So
Yeah.
Could we, if there's a Saturday we can't, could we do a Sunday morning session?
probably yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down.
I'd much
be up for
rather
that.
do that in the morning than go another 4 weeks.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. I'll talk
Alright.
to you guys later.
All right. Bye bye. I hope I didn't just push it right to the wire and irritate
No,
anybody,
it's all good.
but I wanted to leave it on kind of